Rocks Footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners. Put your trust in the experts in air.
Hot water needs replacing. Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. It's Australia's favourite water heater. Of course you know who we're talking about. Built tough for Aussie conditions and manufacturing right here in Australia for over 80 years. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumbers to install a ream. Go back and listen to the Tom Boyd chat on the podcast. If you miss it, I'd scrub through the first segment of the podcast, but I'd go straight to Tom Boyd. It is now time for...
He's a self-proclaimed footy superstar.
I reckon I was probably the most influential player in the AFL.
He fears nothing and no one.
This is all off-air stuff that you're not allowed to talk about on air, but I've gone with it anyway.
And he sees the world a little differently.
Just watching a Komodo dragon eat a monkey.
This is Nathan Brown's Top 5.
Come on, Nate.
It's been a great start today.
Come on, Nate.
Come on, Nate.
We'll work this one out.
I'm
nervous for you.
I'm making him in.
A little bit nervous. I don't get nervous too often, Duke, but this probably needs to work.
Just don't take it out on us.
No, I won't take it out on you. So the Olympics is on, and you've already asked about the commentary and what the commentary like, and I did notice that Mark Taylor is calling the diving and Matty Pavlis is calling the equestrian. So I thought the top 5, what we would be able to commentate on at the Olympics.
Righto.
So I'm going to go with the Chief first up.
Okay.
And I thought the perfect event for you, Chief, would be the shot put. Because even if you...
Competing or to call?
Well, a little bit of both. The call, because he's a former shot put champion. If I watch the Olympics tonight and they introduce you as this is Jason Dunstall, the Bulgarian shot put champion, I would have said, absolutely, not a problem. You are a Bulgarian shot put champion.
You're an idiot, Nate. I don't know why I back you in.
I laugh, Brownie. I think you're away.
I think
you're away.
You're away. You're away.
I've got... So there's a top 5, and there's only 4 of you here.
Okay.
And I couldn't think of anything for the snorkel, so...
I reckon you pushed that one through covers for 3, so you're back. Right?
I've gone to the Sunday rub, and obviously we've got Daisy, we've got Joey, we've got Stevie J, and we've got Jay Clark. So I thought I'd get one of them in. And Stevie J had an accident recently where a knife stabbed him through the fence.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be great at fencing. I thought he'd be a great fencing caller.
Because of the knife or because he went through the fence?
It's just a bit of both.
I don't know.
That's sketchy.
It's only just
That's
work.
sketchy.
It might have been a leg by, I think.
I reckon Damo would be the perfect caller for dressage. So that pompous, that skinny, sort of neat, nerdy-looking attire they put together, I think he'd be perfect for dressage.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Howie,
Yes.
I think you'd be perfect for rhythmic gymnastics because you're about the same weight division as those. You'd know what they need to go through. You've been bulking up lately. You've been doing leg day.
Yes.
So rhythmic gymnastics.
You're on a roll now, Nate. I'm looking forward to this one.
And the number 1, and I had to go back a long way because there's actually no sport in the Olympics.
Oh, I've got
it. He's
Here we go.
I know what it is.
Lucky he was
I know
good at
what it is.
I know what's coming.
Lucky he was good at footy.
Here we
Let him
Lucky he was
deliver it.
good at
Let him
footy
deliver
because
his
he's
line.
not that
Here
great
we
at anything else
Right.
when it comes to sports.
What is it,
I
Brownie?
had to go to an Olympic event that actually got banned back in 1900. It was one of the first Olympics, and we know that you're a man of violence and you're trying to put up this charade that you're not and you're a peaceful guy. But back in 1900 in the Olympics, they had live pigeon shooting.
Live pigeons.
I thought a man who's as violent as him would be perfect at calling live pigeon shooting.
See, I picture Chief as your Darryl Eastlake calling the weightlifting. Just,
Where did you think Nate was going with you?
I'd have thought he was going...
Where do you think he was going?
I was an
Damo?
elite junior high jumper, Howie.
Right, of course you
elite.
were.
No, I thought
2
he was
metres in year
going
11.
down the field path, or
Right.
track and field
I'm with you.
component, and actually the apparatus used the javelin. I thought it was going to be the
I
javelin.
thought he was going down the pole
The pole vault because he's got a straight back.
Well, they could have just held him and jumped over a bar 20 feet up in the air.
We're on the same wavelength, too.
Chief's gone around the block just to get that in, just in case.
But it was
you missed
good.
out
The
on
old
it.
pull
Yeah.
through.
What about you, Nate? What'd you put yourself on?
I didn't put myself down as anything. I just, like I'm doing tonight, I can go from the front row to the back row. Obviously, it wasn't a great first
A
segment for
decathlon for
me,
you.
but I'll bounce back now.
Decathlon.
No,
Could do it all.
I would have thought you could do rowing, Nate.
Why is
Well,
that?
you just look like you got to identify with all the coxes that were out there, sitting down the end, just yelling abuse at the big blokes that were doing the hard work. Little sniper down there, be
That's
perfect.
good. That's good. We need to take a break here. We'll take a break. You're back, Nate. You're back. Well and truly back. Take a break here. Early start tonight. This is the time Friday Night Football should
I
be
like it,
played.
Howie. I'm with you.
7:15. We'll get to that, Damo. Give us a bit more news, the headlines, and we will lead up to this. The Dogs in Melbourne. Dogs are out on the ground. Melbourne aren't too far away. Can't wait to see Rory Lobb in action tonight. He's really turned things around. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsavers Advanced Hearing Technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Installery.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Every massive moment lives right here.
That is as good as you'll see.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy. And the first quarter is coming up next.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in-store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Bunnings Trade. Get match fit with Bunnings Trade. No matter where they are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
My word, they are. We're also here for Triple M Footy Prime Time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries air conditioners. Put your trust in the experts in the air. Damo, we'll let you go because you got things to do. Maybe just a little headline for tonight. We always like to finish you off with that.
Yeah, big moment for a player at his third club tonight, Howie. Adam Treloar, game number 250 in career best form. I cannot see a way he will not be in the All-Australian team, not just squad this year. And so we'll focus it around him. I think the Bulldogs will win the game. They're fourth in a row against a good team. And as such, it will allow the tabloid writers to go with Treloar.
It's pretty good, Chief.
What was it?
Treloar.
Play on Treloar.
It should be Wolf, though.
That was terrible, Dave.
That's as bad as Brownie's opening segment.
Nah, I think it's worse.
That's horrendous.
It wasn't that bad.
You've wrecked the whole hour.
Hey, how's the footy going against the Olympics?
Not well.
Is it?
No, I heard last week that the 7 game on Friday night, the Port Adelaide Carlton game, was not. You wouldn't expect it to.
No,
and then,
you wouldn't expect it.
No, and you just don't. And that's why 7 itself has even stopped. 9's stopped doing its own football programs within the Olympics, and 7 has as well. So, yeah, it's all focused on the Olympics, and that's understandable. That's always
no
the case.
Sunday footy show.
No Sunday footy show.
Oh, what am I going to do on a Sunday?
Watch the Olympics.
Okay.
Yep.
Chief's still on.
Right.
More importantly, it lets Damo wind up on a Saturday night.
Well, that's true.
Really let loose, Damo.
It's just nice having a Sunday off, as Brownie you can attest, Chief.
Well, Damo, you can take the rest of the night off. Well done to you, Guru.
Cheers, boys. Enjoy the call.
Now we've got Das in the back row and Chief. So, Das, why don't you tell us about Melbourne? That's probably a little bit more comfortable, and the Chief can take care of the Dogs who are on fire.
Still difficult to play against Melbourne in my mind, Chief. They spent a record 85 weeks in a row inside the top 8 going back to the 2021 Premiership, and even though they are down on some cattle, we know Christian Petrarca, Max Gawn's been out for a period of time. You put Stephen May and Lever and Gawn back into the team and getting back into defend. They're just a side that's hard to play against. The Bulldogs have had real trouble against Melbourne in their recent record, and so even though their form line's really strong, the Bulldogs, I think they'll have to perform really well. Back in the middle, where I think the form line of Treloar has been outstanding. His 250th game, great achievement for Adam Treloar, and as Damo just said, probably in career best form. So, as always, you go to that midfield battle. Does someone go to an Ed Richards? Do they put one to Bontempelli? Do they even go to Treloar today, Melbourne? That will be fascinating to me. But the Tim English-Max Gawn matchup is the most crucial one for me. That superstar of a captain has had such a profound impact on his club, and Tim English has got to at least break even, you would think, if that's going to get them over the line.
Well, the more we talk about the Western Bulldogs, the more we should be talking about Luke Beveridge. I think some of the positional changes that he's made, the way they're playing, it's their form line's as good as any team right now. So you're coming off 3 wins over Carlton, Geelong at Geelong, and Sydney in Sydney. There is no better form line than that, so their confidence is sky high. The movement of Ed Richards into the midfield, he's become a bona fide A-grader. So now you've got Treloar, you've got Bontempelli, you've got Richards. It's not just now, let's stop Marcus Bontempelli, because we're already seeing teams going, geez, we need to clamp down on Richards, he's killing us, or we've got to stop Treloar. So you're getting a much better spread in terms of the workload in the middle of the ground. The movement of a big Rory Lobb into the back line, well, I don't think they could have dreamed how good this would work. So all of a sudden now you've got 2 incredible intercept marking options. Liam Jones, who's back to his very, very best, not having to do everything because he's got Rory Lobb absolutely dominating at centre-half back. So I think the way they're playing, the confidence levels they've got, there is some synergy or a little bit of similarity between what happened in 2016, the momentum they're building at the back end of the season this time around. Honestly, I think they're one of the teams to beat in the race for the premiership at the moment, and I expect them to get the job done tonight.
Good article on Rory Lobb today, how he might have read it, and talking really openly and honestly about his own struggle and some patches of form that weren't great, and then he came out and played this outstanding game forward against Fremantle, kicked 3 goals, was close to the most influential player on the ground, and the coach just siding up at training and saying, oh, there is no way I'm going to let you out of this side. And it was 4 minutes of match sim at training to work out how you're going to defend. He went over to Liam Jones and said, Jonesy, can you help me? And they had some time together with the defensive coach as well. And the way he's taken to it, Chief, is quite a remarkable story. He looks balanced back there. Actually a good kick out of defence. Yeah. Good decision maker, marks it well.
I'll tell you what it is. It's an insult to defenders in the competition. That a man that's been from club to club to club trying to make it as a forward all of a sudden goes back and is dominating. One of the dominant key defenders in the game. There'll be a few other key defenders that have big reputations shaking their heads right now.
Adam Treloar walking out of the middle, given the honour of tossing the coin. alongside Max Gawn. As that happens, Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3 get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. Coin has gone up, coin has gone down. Max Gawn has won it, and he will kick to the right of Marvel Stadium. Nat Ioannidis is down there for Bob Jane. G'day, Nat.
Hello, Howie. I tell you what, I'm looking at the Bulldogs retro jumper, and how good does it look with the collar? They are really embracing this Footscray label that they've gone with to celebrate the team of old, particularly that 1954 Premiership side. Also really interested tonight to see what the crowd does. We had an earlier start, which personally I'm a huge fan of, and of course we know that Melbourne fans don't love Marvel Stadium, but at the moment the crowd's looking pretty good. Subs tonight, Caleb Daniel for the Western Bulldogs. For Melbourne, it's Daniel Turner.
Beautifully done, Nat. The Guru's here, the king of Triple M football, Red Z Lending style, Red Z Lending loans to the self-employed, REDZED.com. Good evening to you, Chulenko.
Yeah, good evening, Howie. You mentioned Treloar, 250th game, currently 11th rated player in the AFL, second in the comp in disposals, averaging 32. And look out for Jamara Ugle-Hagan. Past 3 matches, he's kicked 12 majors, 4, 4 and 4 against the top 6 teams, Sydney, Geelong and Carlton.
It's a very different looking Melbourne team, Nate, when you look at the team list as well. Turner's a sub, Motters Wakefield, Tholstrup's in there, some names you're not that familiar with, Bailey Laurie. McVee's finding his way in his career, but there's some youngsters in this Melbourne team.
Still got Lever and Stephen May down back. So, Darsh, you feel like the Dogs have done the hunting the last 3 to 4 weeks. You feel like that's going to turn tonight. Melbourne will hunt them.
Yeah, absolutely. We know what a dangerous team they are, Melbourne. They've got a great record against the Bulldogs. They've got Max Gawn back, the captain. They'll give themselves a massive chance here under the roof at Marvel Stadium. Big 4 points up for grabs here.
For McDonald's Remote Water, Triple M Rocks footy, Friday night footy underway. Viney got his handball out. Bontempelli chased it hard. The Dogs get it to McNeil, back to Bontempelli. Left foot under pressure. Here comes Cody Waitman for the first time. Fisted away from him. Jamara kicked 4 the last 3 games. Waitman quick kick out of the pack. Through for 1 behind. And the Dogs get the first score inside the first 20 seconds. They're a point on the Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Lockie McNeil got his first touch. An underrated role player for the Bulldogs. Forward pressure specialist, and I really love the way he applies tackles and tries to keep it trapped in their forward half.
The booing going on. I'm not sure what's against Stephen May, who brings the ball back in. It's a nicely delivered ball to the outer flank. So Melbourne building up in the hands of one of those youngsters, Colton Tholstrup. He sends one further down the line. So it's a patient build-up.
Great work rate that from Alex Neil-Bullen. He started about 150 metres away from where he took that mark on the wing.
Neil-Bullen sends it down in the direction of Gawn. The defenders stay down, tracking it back. Is Caulfield, the former Saint. He sends it to the outer wing. It's a good contest by Riley West.
Loves a goal.
Good start. Tim Max, let's get that meter.
Been in good goal-kicking form as well as Riley. So the ball City side, with the Dogs 1 behind Melbourne, yet to roll a minute in.
Gordon English, good battle coming up for those two tonight. English won that one forward. Treloar been in all-Australian form. Socket off the ground inside forward 50 for the Dogs. Picked up by Jamara, couldn't take it anywhere. Got it to Richards in the end, backwards to Treloar. Squeezed one in, and he's got the mark. Going back with the flight. Cody Waitman, who's kicked 3 goals, 4 of his last 5 games here at Marvel, and he'll line up for the first one.
Yeah, bounced up quickly. Copped a bit of a knock to the head, but really good to see him bounce up quick. It's a clever little kick. He just ducked out the back. It was Lever coming across, trying to spoil. Couldn't get there in time. Opportunity to get these Dogs off to the right start.
Doesn't miss too often, Ash.
He doesn't 72% career set shots, Brownie.
And he should be kicking this one with the arm sleeve on still. The top not in the hair. He's got a few little slides through the side of his hair, so that's a fresh do, and with that big build-up, he's missed. He's kicked the first 2 behinds tonight, and the Dogs lead by that.
I heard the coach go right into bat for Cody Waitman a couple of weeks back. There was a couple off the field, off the ball free kicks. He's underrated for his courage, Cody Waitman. He goes as hard as anyone.
He missed that one, but he's got an incredible accuracy record, Das, for goals and games and percentage of shots in the history of the competition. It stacks up pretty well. Rivers drives it inside 50. Marking contest, crumbs to ground away from Melksham. Tracking it back, Neil-Bullen. Rory lobs there to Bramble. Now Libber gathers it nicely. Treloar, game 250. Bailey Dale runs out of trouble. Back to Liberatore forward. Hand pass to the Bont.
Bontempelli, sweeping handball. The Dogs are out everywhere. Vandermeer to open the scores. Missed. He's happy. He's celebrating, but the goal umpire's not.
Get the post.
3 for 1 behind. 3 behinds for the Dogs, missing easy targets.
They immediately bring it back out. McDonald gives away a free kick to Waitman. So Cody started the game nice. He's got some sizzle. He's a bums on seats man, Das.
Yeah,
He's Cody Waitman.
Fairly upset Tom McDonald about that free kick. First glance, it was pretty soft.
He's got Norton on a lead deep in the pocket. What did you see on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, Das?
Yeah, it didn't look like a huge amount of contact, Cody Waitman. But again, he puts himself in a position to win free kicks, Cody, because he's courageous. He backs back in, and that was a clever kick. Aaron Norton's ducked into the pocket and has an opportunity to kick the first goal of the game.
Retro headband.
Yeah, retro headband. I like it. Tough shot from here. It's a long bend required. And the astronaut says, I'll have a piece of that. Footscray with the opener. What a finish that was by he in the headband. 1-3-9, the Dogs, Melbourne yet to roll. 16:39 to go first term. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Get match fit with Bunnings Trade no matter where they are. Bunnings Trade is to help tradies building a business to get the job done. Nice finish that, Chieftain.
You can't hit it any better than that. That's from 40 metres out. Around the corner from 40 metres is a long way to snap the ball. You've got to catch it so close to the middle of the ball. You're always in danger of bellying it, but he caught that perfectly. And that has gone through over post height. That's as good a strike as you will see, and great for his confidence. I mean, that's going to be a huge matchup. May on Norton, absolutely massive.
Jason Dunstall, Triple M C-Bus Super Special comment. C-Bus Super making hard work pay off. Since 1984, back in the middle. Good bounce by the umpire. Gawn won it clearly. Liberatoria ran after it, got it on the right foot. Inside forward 50, Jamara comes hard at it. So too did May. Ball popped out the back. The Demons got the numbers on the outer side. Langdon's the runner on the outside. He receives it now. Coming back in. Board to Oliver. Oliver just kicks a mongrel kick around the corner. Wasn't a great kick anywhere. And it ended up with Treloar. Treloar looking to the outer side, and he finds Bailey Williams. The Dogs have got some space. Enough space to have a bounce. Enough space to almost have 2. Inside forward 50 looking for and finding Waitman again.
Been a powerful start this too for the
He's been
Dogs.
involved in everything, Jake. He's got him on his Wakefield as an opponent, and he is running him everywhere. He's just losing him. He's doing circles. He's leading up. He's ducking back. And he's making life very difficult for young D's defender.
He's a fast starter, Cody Waitman, too. Man, might have a look at his goals in first quarters. He genuinely gets out of the blocks, Cody, and kicks a lot of goals early.
Just needs to finish this one. Going to Banana. Already kicked 2 behinds. Waitman kicks the goal for the Dogs. And they're on fire. 2-3-15. Melbourne yet to score. I don't think they've ever been inside 50, maybe once. Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Something you see that often, Jake. I mean, it was kickable by a drop punt. He had enough angle. A lot of players would go opposite foot kick around the corner. He chose the banana, just a nice, steady banana, and executed beautifully.
You're right, the banana has gone out of the game a bit, Chief, hasn't it? The players probably see more risk in that, normally a left foot snap, but he is one of those players that knows where he is in the forward line and what type of kick he's going to kick every single time. He doesn't have a lot of doubt about it. We saw Two-Man talk about his 72% goal-kicking record. So it's forward half-time and it's just been camped there. Melbourne have got to win a clearance. They've got to get it down their end and just take a bit of pressure off after a fast start here from the Dogs.
He's also got a man that's only played 5 games, and I reckon he's taking that as a bit of an insult. He said, I'm better than that. I'm take him to town.
It's Monty's Wakefield. Gee, the Footscray jumper with the red collar, Das. That is an outstanding piece of apparel.
Either that or he's very excited, Chief.
It's my favourite jumper, Howie, this one. Back to 54.
It is so good. The red collar, Treloar, another disposal to Norton. They're dominating here, the Bulldogs, playing like the form team of the competition. They are into Bontempelli on 50. He can kick from here if he wishes, the champ. He wants someone to come towards him. Little low spear inside 50, but the Demons, through McDonald, mop up.
Here he gets a look from Darcy saying, I don't want to load
McDonald's going to be run down from behind. Umpire called holding the ball. Jamara got him.
Jeez.
He just didn't realise there was a player behind him. And John McDonald, he got called to play on. He got around Darcy on the mark, but he got collared from behind.
Jamara had a great patch, kicked 12 goals in the last 3 weeks, but this has been built on his defensive pressure.
Yeah, it was clever. He hovered close enough to be able to do that.
Jamara, huge start for the Dogs. Hits the post.
There's a couple of posters already. They should be further in front.
Should be. 2-4-16. Demons yet to score. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
So a couple of missed opportunities.
It seems like an example, Howie, to me, of a very different goal-kicking routine, Jamara, from 10 metres out and from 40 out, which lends itself to a mistake.
Been in such good form. What's he done the last 3 or 4 weeks, Stu? He's been bagging them, hasn't he, Jamara?
12 majors, 3 bags of 4.
Ooh, Triple M Red Z lenders, Red Z loan for the self-employed, REDZED.com as Bont takes it across the line. McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. The ball camp right in front of Nat Ioannidis. Centre wing, what the inside 50 Chiopolo.
Inside 50s, Howie, 7-1 the Bulldogs' way.
Early concern, 16-zip, 2-4. Melbourne yet to look like scoring, let alone do it. Gorn in the ruck. As Dar said, that'll be a vital battle versus English.
That's actually a good moment, Tim English. He got pushed underneath the footy, Gorn took clean possession, but his second effort to go back and lay a tackle, Tim English, was very strong.
English, 2 hands to the ball down towards Richards, another man that's been a revelation. Alongside Lobb with a change of position. Poulter, love the way he goes about it, love his hair. That's a good ball to English on the spread. He's got Max by 10, which is not easy to do. Western Bulldogs jumpers stream down inside 50, and that is a kick and a half to hit the man there, Bailey Williams, Chief.
How's the ball used? Bailey Dale's kick into an open corridor with the ruckman English leading, and it came over his right shoulder. That was a pure kick. And then Tim English to lace that one over the top of another defender into the path of Bailey Williams was absolutely brilliant.
Straight over the top of Langdon. So Williams to kick a third. He can kick a nice goal, this man, from 50 to really stretch the Demons early. Leans back on it. Another one for the Dogs. Retro round. They're belting Melbourne early. Footscray. 3-4-22. Melbourne yet to score. Still 13 to go first term. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Get match fit with Bunnings Trade. No matter where they are. Bunnings Trade is to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
This might sound a strange thing to say, but they actually needed that goal, the Bulldogs, to reward them for the amount of dominance they've had. And you often see sometimes the team then, like Melbourne, come back, kick 2, and you come in almost even at that quarter time. So that was an important goal based on how well they've started.
Ash, what are the numbers telling us? It feels like the D's can't get the ball in their hands.
Yeah, spot on. 33-14 the disposal in favour of the Bulldogs. Contested ball 13-3, and the clearance is a 5-zip.
Wow.
Big numbers, Red Z lending, loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. The Dogs with the first 3 on a Friday night. Marvel Stadium, how many you reckon here, Ash?
Probably at 30,000, I reckon, Brownie.
Ed Richards in the middle, Van Rooyen now doing the ruck work. Van Rooyen, handball out, Dogs swarm, tackle well.
High contact,
ball up.
Bulldogs.
It's going to be a free kick to the Bulldogs. Everything turning up Dogs.
Stand, play on.
Sam Darcy feeds it off to Bailey Dale, who kicks a bullet to Jamara. Couldn't mark it. Ball at the ground level. Woden was there. Jamara pushed him out of the way. We'll have a boundary throw in just inside forward 50 for the Dogs. They lead by 22 points. We've played 11 minutes.
It was beautiful inside 50 up against Stephen May on the lead on that occasion. Hugo Hagan, he'll feel like he should have held on to that one.
Got half the jumper ripped off. It's approaching He-Man territory for Jamara Ugle-Hagan.
Looks good.
My word. Keep that one on. Darcy does well in the ruck. Buys a tackle immediately on Sparrow. The ball still camped in the forward 50. Time in forward half, Chewy. Triple M Red Zetters.
Howie, time in the forward half, 84% to the Bulldogs.
That's 10 inside forward 50
There's
to
another
1.
Jamara paddles it to the middle of the goal contest area. Melbourne just hurry out of defence any way they can, and it's straight to the Dogs again. So goes to Duray. He goes inboard. Bailey Dale, another beautiful user. He's got Buku wide if they want to go that far. Lockie Bramble elects to do that now to Buku, who falls over at the inopportune time, and he still picks it up. Buku and passes on to Vandermeer, but McDonald should clear for the Demons.
McDonald kicks a ball that floats no way as Sheridan should. The Dogs win it back. Riley West, handball out. The Dogs are going to kick another one. The Dogs are absolutely on fire and hits the post.
3 posts.
That was Lockie McNeil, and it's a 23-point margin.
Jeez, could be job done, Chief.
I'll tell you what's on fire early is the Dogs' handball game. It's sharp, in tight.
Simon Goodwin down there, Harvey Norman replay. He's having a word to Max Gawn. He's having a word to the runner. And you can just see they need to just hold possession, slow this game down big time.
Lob comes into the half-forward region. There's a chance for the Dogs again. They screw it back inside attack 50. Gee, we've called that a few times. McDonald's been under pressure. Hurried kick out of defence once again from Melbourne. It's all the Bulldogs. Rory's underneath it. Half forward. Gets it across to Bramble. Been prevalent early. Tries to scoot through traffic. Now back to Jure, Rory again. Another inside 50 opportunity. Here comes Jamara. There was holding, I reckon, for a push. It's going the way of the Demons on Lever. But by gee, the eyes were caught by the movement of Jamara Ugle-Hagan.
They need to settle somehow. Kicking to the smallest man, Chandler's probably not going to be it. And the Dogs will win it back again. Richards in the middle of Marvel. Has a bounce. Got to play wide. Dogs are everywhere at the moment. Inside forward 50. The lead comes from Jamara. Uses the body. Can't get it. Can he keep it in? He can't. The ball rolls out of bounds. Ash Chua.
So we're almost 14 minutes into the first quarter. Melbourne have not had one disposal in the forward half of the ground. The inside 50 is a 15-1.
Pressure rating, Nate. 211, the Bulldogs, 179, Melbourne.
15-1 inside 50.
Boundary throw in. Dogs in attack. Bailey Dale's going to pick it up. Bailey Dale hit the fat part of the football. And the ball goes out of bounds with a boundary throw in.
So they have, I reckon, quickly hastened to Max Gawn interchange. He had a couple of minutes off, and you could tell they needed to get him back out there ASAP, and he's going to take this boundary throw in deep in the Bulldogs' attack.
Melbourne might need to do a number count the way it's looking out there, Darcy. Looks like the Dogs have got a couple of spare players on the ground. That's how much they're dominating. Darcy versus Gawn. The young man does well. Riley West inside 50. Riley West loves a goal from the pocket. Riley West doesn't love a point. That's what he's kicked. So, gee whiz, they're 3-6. They could be 40 on the board easy. Melbourne yet to score. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
You just have to punish the opposition on the scoreboard when you have all this play, though.
Stephen May does the kicking into the pocket to Bowie. So he looks up and they try to work a way through the Demons. Not much is happening at the moment. It's a long ball. Liam Jones sets himself. Got high. Max Gawn over the back. Judged it best.
Just watching that closely there, Brownie. Max Gawn got two ripping blocks. Alex Neil-Bullen gave him one and Jack Viney gave him one to make sure he took that mark.
Voice of Luke Darcy on Triple M football. Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments with the Chief. Or as I like to call him, the Bulgarian shot putter. Here's Rivers.
Apologies to all the Bulgarians out there.
Rivers inside forward 50 for the Demons. Hasn't been up this end much. And the ball is out of bounds. Bailey Fritz, the man with the hair, couldn't take it. With a boundary throw in. 3-6-24 the Dogs. The Demons yet to score.
What else are you seeing, Chewy, that's surprising you?
Yeah, so those disposals in the front half, that was their first for the D's. 43-1 the Bulldogs' way.
Gee whiz, it's 15 minutes into the game of football. Darcy on the front page of the record, the young man, against Van Rooyen in the ruck. So a rare 4 forward for the Demons.
What have Oliver and Viney done, Ash?
Viney just the one disposal. Oliver also with one.
Richards calling for the ball from Darcy. Nearly gets it to his red-handed teammate, but Van Rooyen again locks it up.
Well, these are just little wins, Howie, for Melbourne. Trapped in their forward half here for a moment. At least they're not fighting hard to defend.
They need something. They take anything at the moment. Riley West working hard in defence. Bont kicks into a teammate's head. Bontempelli extracts it with talent, power and skill. Polted down the line only as far as Maxi Gawn.
Try and have an impact at the moment, Max. He's on the logo. He's got players in the middle, and that's where he goes. Stephen May, left foot, inside forward 50. Looking for Fritz, and he finds him. Brilliant kick by Stephen May. Covered every bit of 55 metres.
Yeah, Melksham was good off the ball too. Took Liam Jones out of the marking contest. That gave Fritz the opportunity to have the one-on-one. He was better positioned. It's really good body work from Melksham.
Perfectly summed up by Chief on the Harvey Norman replay. Unbelievable deals on LG. Big savings, selected TVs, fridges, washers, plus a bonus gift card. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best price, guaranteed. It is the Fritcher. From about 48, 10 metres in from the boundary. They need it badly. It's going across the face. It's not going to be a score, I don't think. Marked on the line by English. The umpires will confirm.
Score review whether this is a mark or a behind. Bulldogs 10 clearances to 0. Chu Man is
spot on, Das. And they're ranked third in the comp, the Bulldogs from clearances, second for scores from stoppages.
Review underway.
Should be a mark, this.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see that the ball is marked and controlled prior to crossing the scoring line.
There'll be no score.
Decision on the scoreboard.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. What's happening over in Paris? Das, what are you keeping an eye on up there?
Looks like the athletics is underway, Howie, which is brilliant. Watching the 1,500 metre heats and the Australian out in front.
Is that our man Stewie McSwain?
That's Stewie McSwain, who's
love running from the front. He's fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Will he win?
Well, this is a heat, Nate, so we would expect him to go through at least.
It's always a winner in the heat, Chief.
Go short to Poulter.
They're not always trying to win, though, Nate. They're trying to qualify.
There's always a winner in the heat.
You need to understand how athletics works. I know men with little legs don't really do much.
Somebody's going to come first in that race, Chief.
Poulter down the line. Darcy, nice, strong, contested mark by the number 10.
Stand. I'll take it.
What's our Olympic broadcasting rules, Tunners? If things get tight, are we allowed to mention, or what happens there? Okay, no, that's a no. Right, we'll remember that. Oliver receives a hand pass from a teammate, and a good tackle follow-up. That is by Judd McVean, impressive young player out of Geraldton.
Tim.
And East Freo, proud footy club. So the Dogs in attack. They lead at 3-6-24. Melbourne yet to score. We've got 7.5 to go first term. Early start because, Chewy, there's another game tonight.
There is. The Eagles take on the Suns at Optus Stadium. It kicks off at 8:30.
Would you like to see this 7:15 Friday night affair continue?
I think it's a good idea.
I think you're right. Jones contests beautifully down the line. Melksham, don't know how he paddled that to Van Rooyen. Here's a gilt opportunity. Edged it all for the Demons. Could have had the shot, but Van Rooyen squared it up to the Fritcher, who'll have his second shot in 2 minutes. This one, though, directly in front, 35 out. I'm going to say put it in the book with the Fritcher.
Second time, Jake Melksham on Liam Jones, putting body on, didn't allow the intercept mark, brought it to ground, then was able to tap it on, and they've set up a goal. And this is against the run of play. Be a really good result just to be 3 goals down.
The Fritcher, it's what he does for a living. Kicks goals, does Bailey. 35 out, straight in front, straight through. Melbourne finally kicked their first. The Dogs 3-6-24. Melbourne 1 straight 6 on the Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. 6:40 to go first term. I don't think it'll look good for our man Stewie McSwain there, Chieftain.
Won't be going through on that.
The Chiefs called that beautifully. Jake Melksham, who's come back from an ACL and had a fantastic impact for Melbourne. He's kicked goals, but he does that really well. He's happy to go after a good intercept marker. Liam Jones, a great intercept player. And he's been aggressive, but not giving away a free kick. Made sure that the ball came to ground, created a bit of space for Bailey Fritsch, and it's why they love him, Jake Melksham. He's very, very important in their forward line. As Chief said, it's 9 scoring shots to 1, but only a 3-goal lead, and Dogs have maybe left a bit out there.
Voice of Luke Darcy, Triple M footy.
That's why they brought him back so quickly, straight back from injury. No hanging around in the VFL for Jake Melksham, too valuable.
The D's get there first, back in the middle. Liberatore to Treloar. On the left. Goes onto his left a lot, Treloar. Stephen May in good position, couldn't mark it, fisted away. Oliver to Gawn. Gawn, now they're out the Demons. They've got one-on-ones everywhere. Forward of the ball. Petty, can he control the football at ground level? Chandler comes in, had a fumble. Enough time to go back and get it, but he's going to be run down by Liberatore. Absolutely clean him up perfectly with a tackle, and the Dogs get it back.
Times have you seen Tom Liberatore do that? Just a poleaxing tackle that was potentially a goal saver. He had players out everywhere, Cade Chandler, so goal-saving tackle from Liberatore.
Playing game 2:30, Libber. He's got through his concussion issues, which is wonderful to see. Darcy contest down the line. Wasn't he fantastic when he came in the box 5 or 6 weeks ago, your man Liberatore, Darcy? He was a fantastically spoken man. Entertained us, told some good stories.
Got better with age. Libber is one of the most loved in the red, white and blue.
So Simon Goodwin looking a bit concerned on the Harvey Norman replay. For a Friday night feed, make it McSmart with a new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and a small soft drink. $6.95. Inside 50 ball. Buku's there. He's in great form, Buku, but falls out the back to Van Rooyen. Ducks a couple of tackles. Gives it across to Petty. Oh, he just gives the don't argue to Richards. Goes a little check side piece of work. Wrong side of the big stick, as Rexy would say. 1-1-7 Melbourne. The Dogs 3-6-24. Triple M Bunnies trade scoreboard, but they're back in with hands on the footy, Nate. Demons.
Bramble gets it moving quickly. Bailey Dale in the back pocket. Good user to Rory Lobb.
It's been a good 5 minutes for Melbourne.
Play on handball here.
Lobb, handball back to Dale. Dale, not a great kick. Demons with an opportunity. Can they get the ball back inside forward 50? They do. Langdon just tumbles it in. Lobb went back with courage, and then he won the football, and he got the handball out to Treloar, much to the light of the Dogs crowd. And now the Dogs run off half-back. Tim English just running away from them. Got the handball out. Poulter another handball. Dogs go forward. Bouncing ball. Norton couldn't take it. Lever picked it up. Lever, cool head. Sold one candy. Sold another one. Then went to half forward, and Rory Lobb's got it again. Right foot to half forward and Vandermeer.
Melbourne had the last 6 inside 50s. They are back.
The Dogs inside 50. Bontempelli hits the scene. Picks it up again. Gets around Mad Maxi Gawn. Back to Garcia. Little step inside 50. Chipping ball is good to Norton. And he marks 40 out 2 metres inside the boundary. Rory Lobb's not the most classical kick chief, but geez, he can hit a target.
He does. It was a beautiful kick coming off half-back, wasn't it? And this is a position for Aaron Norton not too dissimilar from where he kicked the opening goal, although on a better angle. So maybe he'll go the drop punt here.
He's got the, as Nate pointed out, the beautiful headband, the blue, white and red stripes around that magnificent mullet. As Norton, as Chief said, he's kicked one from a similar area. This time he's going the drop punt. About a 20%er on the left. Makes a good fist of it. Just floats across and Maxi takes care of it. So the Dogs have had their opportunities. 3-7-25. Melbourne 1-1-7. So 18-point margin of the way of the Dogs. 3:47 to go first term. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Stephen May to do the kicking into the pocket, and he finds Langdon. Always wears his sleeves rolled up. Langdon looks neat.
Play on.
Chips the football back.
Play on.
And the Demons will build up.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous ball to Viney. Really dangerous. Dogs are everywhere. Richards couldn't handle it. Oliver came in and gave the help. That's a throw by Max Gawn. And that's a big tackle by the Dogs. And it's by Garcia.
Can he go the journey from there, Jim? A bit too far out.
This will take his absolute best, Riley Sonny Garcia.
Max is on the mark about a metre inside the 50-metre arc.
Might just be beyond him, I think.
I think it's beyond him.
Mid-zone switch.
So Garcia, he'll set it up. Where are the markers? Nowhere. Stephen May quite comfortably took it. He goes to the outer side with a left footer looking. And Rory lob from the side, but the only man that stayed down was Petty.
Hand pass forward to Bailey Fritsch. Give the opener for Melbourne. They're only. Puts it in front of Melksham. Good spoil. Comes from behind by Jones. Falls to ground. Is an important ball. Pickett just sort of waits and waits for the footy, and it doesn't come his way. Really show great intent over the footy. The Dogs pick it up through, Polt it down the line. English playing again. Big Tim's got it. City side, 80 from home. Lever patrols the mark. Jamar is calling for a deep. That's where I'm going to. He looks dominant when he's in the area, but he goes back and across.
This is where you've got to be careful against Melbourne. Max Gawn's planted himself in the hole and so often takes intercept marks and allows Stephen May to play off his man and take intercept marks as well. So you have to think their way through this, the Dogs.
Bramble short to Dure in the bright blue boots. Two-time premiership hawk in the path of Bontempelli, and there is Max Gawn. Can't quite complete the mark. Riley West in the area. Tight in the pocket, 30 from the Dogs' goal. They scoop it out through Langdon. Rivers. Langdon makes some work for Oliver. It's a poor hand pass. Bowie arrives on the scene. Dogs pick it up. Bontempelli concerns here if you're a Melbourne fan. The champ's got it from 45. Hooks it around his body. I'm not sure McDonald got a touch on it. It could be a sausage. Riley West there. He loves a goal. But I think it's a goal to the champ. The Bont. Let's have a listen.
Roll off. That's good. Roll off. High score was a goal. Please confirm.
Well, if you base it on Tom McDonald's reaction, he didn't touch it.
He missed it.
Yeah, he didn't touch it because he just walked away as soon as it went through.
He muffed it.
Didn't put his hand up. Didn't do anything.
The meat eater.
Yep.
So that'll be called a goal score review. You can put that one in the book. But Max Gawn took 99% of a mark. It went to ground, and that is massive because it allowed the Bulldogs to put some forward pressure on. Score review taking its time, but I don't think that one's going to be overruled. And that is when the Bulldogs come into their own. Forward pressure, keep it trapped in the forward half, and Bontempelli with a brilliant snap for goal.
Clear gap between fist and football.
Come on, Storby.
Looking at this angle, we can see there is a gap between the ball and the Melbourne defender at all times. Decision on the scoreboard.
Not sure I missed it, really.
A fresh air swing, wasn't it, from Tom McDonald?
The rowing's on Das. This is your area. As the goal is called for the Bont, so keep an eye on that for us round the grounds. Oh, they got a couple in the boat there. What's that? The double sculls, Das?
It's the female pairs.
Okay.
Coxless pairs, Howie. 2,000 metres, a couple of 100 metres in.
All right. Chewy, what do you got on the Reds headers?
Yeah, Bontempelli, #1 rated player in the AFL, currently #1 ranked player on the ground. 9 disposals, 6 score involvements, 4 tackles and a major.
Are you going down there in that Bob Jones style?
Going down where, sorry?
Oh, just how you're going in general.
Oh, how am I going? Well, I mean, it's been a little bit quiet. The most drama that we've had is there's actually a mouse running around in the stands. So we've been following the little mouse around.
Mouse on the motorbike.
So the Dogs have got 4. 4 goals, 7:31. The Demons 1-1-7. It's been a big start. Minute 39 to go before quarter time, and Treloar getting another touch. Handballs to Bontempelli. Evades one tackle. Left foot inside forward 50, looking for Norton. Got over the back. The Demons have got the numbers back there. They need to be clean though. They're not. Gives McNeil a look. McNeil under pressure from May. Now they've got some help through Woden over the boundary line. They'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Lockie McNeil, the role players are the ones that sometimes go unnoticed in footy clubs, and he's got a really specific role. Forward pressure, got involved there. They get another boundary throw in, put some more pressure on in their forward 50 here, the Bulldogs.
Luke Darcy, Bulldogs champion, alongside the Hawthorn legend Jason Dunstall. That's your Triple M Seabar Super Specials. You'll get no better. Just trying to get away, and he does get away. Jamar, then a little outside and kick. Just wedged it to Richards. It had too much on it. Goes across the line. He's playing with confidence though, Jamar. He's got that Chad Warner, no one can tackle me look about him. So again, deep in attack for the Dogs. We've got a minute to go before the major break. They lead it 4-7 to 1-1 to Footscray. Melbourne have been outgunned. Max just goes a massive fist, but it falls into the path of Jamara. Struggles to pick it up. First acceptances. Viney. Clearing kick. Long will be in the contest. Petty does well to mark on his chest. 53 on the clock.
Petty at half back. Viney went past for the handball. Elected not to give it, so it's going to be a slow build-up down the line. Petty. Bailey Fritz from the side. Couldn't mark it. Melksham was good. Got it out of the pack, but only as far as Bontempelli at half back, an easy mark on his chest.
Just love his work rate there, Brownie's gone forward and had the last goal that the Bulldogs kicked, and his ability to get involved in team defence, Marcus Bontempelli, is elite.
He's got good timing, hasn't he? And that ball goes out of bounds. There's many players who have got as timing as good as the Bont, whether that be at a stoppage, getting back to support. We've got 21 seconds to go.
So much of Brownie just based on his willingness to want to help his teammates, Marcus Bontempelli, to get back and do the team-orientated thing, make sure these defenders have got an extra layer of support, and he's a tireless worker on the team front.
14 seconds, ball on centre wing. Time enough if they're quick enough. Viney smothered off the boot. Bailey Williams, it's a high ball. They need to mark the Dogs. They're not going to get it. McDonald did drop the mark in the end, which he probably should have taken, and Norton had an opportunity, but that'll go out of bounds on the full, and that'll probably just about see us out. It will. Big corner from the Dogs. They had 11 scoring shots to the Demons too, but they didn't capitalise. 4-7-31 to the Demons, 1-1-7 for McDonald's Remote Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Get match fit with Bunnings Trade. No matter where they are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink for $6.95.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in-store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. not the result he would have wanted.
When our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsaver's advanced hearing technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Dogs 4-7-31 lead Melbourne 117 by 24 points at quarter time. Choice Hotels round the ground. What happening in the rowing, Chieftain?
A bronze medal for the Aussies.
Okay. Well
Jess
done.
Morrison,
Women's
Annabelle
pairs.
McIntyre and the pairs. Howie, they just got mown down by the Romanians. Looking like a silver medal with the Dutch out in front for gold. But congratulations to the girls. Bronze medal was a great achievement.
Brilliant. Bob Jane T-Marts, they've got great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&C's applied. Did you find that mouse, Natalie?
Yeah, it's slowly getting closer, Howie, so I'm starting to move over a little bit. You can sort of notice where it is depending on if people are jumping up in the crowd. So he's getting a little bit closer, but I'm going to say he's not too much of a threat. You know, I'm going to be brave down here and I'm going to stay down here for you guys to help out and keep an eye on this bench because, I mean, it has been pretty quiet for both medical teams so far in that first quarter. Aaron Norton got a little bit of treatment on his ankle at quarter time, but nothing too major. But also really good to see Charlie Spargo out there. So he's actually sitting on the bench for Melbourne today. He's got his crutches on. Of course, it's a couple of weeks after he was ruled out with an Achilles injury. So great to see him around the boys.
Beauty Nat, Triple M Red Dead Lenders, Chulenko.
Inside 50 is 19-7 the Bulldogs way. The number 1 ranked player, 11 disposals, 6 score involvements, 1 major.
Triple M Cbus Supers. Cbus Super making hard work pass since 1984. Jason Dunstall, Luke Darcy.
Well, it was a dominant first quarter from the Dogs. Probably feel like they didn't quite get full value for all the play that they did. Had 4 goals, 7 goals, 4 makes the completely different kettle of fish. But Melbourne found their way to kick a goal. They had to do that against the run of play. Just keeps them in the hunt. But I tell you, if they don't start getting something going around the stoppages, Duke, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and you look at, speaking of that, Chief, the clearance numbers. Bulldogs won the clearances 13-4 in the first quarter, 5 zip from centre clearances. You got Max Gawn in there, who maybe in the last 25 years, no one's been better at setting up his midfield. So they'll go again to the captain. They'll want to set him up. They got to get some possession around the centre of the ground. It was just living in the Bulldogs forward 50. But 24 points, not too much damage done. It could have been much worse at quarter time.
Rivers, Sparrow and Oliver against the Bont. Treloar and Liberatore.
All right, Melbourne need to get rolling. What the inside 50, Chewy, first term?
19-7 Bulldogs way.
Okay, English and Gawn. Battle of the big boys. Montempelli, he was off the back of the pack. Free kick to Clary Oliver. How'd he go in the first term, Clayton?
5 touches.
Play up.
Plays on the number 13.
Line.
Sends the ball deep forward in the path of Fritcher Van Rooyen. Full fronted in the contest. Bramble can't get clear. 30 from his defensive goal.
Max and 10. Max and 10.
So the ball up. Gawn won it clearly.
Touch yours.
Sparrow,
touch,
you heard it was touched off the boot, so it's not going to be a mark. They're trying to claim a mark. Nobody's heard them down there. But they're able to play on eventually to Bailey Dale. Dale, another handball. He'll get it back. Keeps running Bailey Dale. The Dogs go the other way, though. Richards under pressure with the right foot. Did it nicely eventually. Got it back to Bailey Dale. He's at half back on the outer side of Marvel Stadium. He goes with a low, hard, flat ball. It's a nice one too. Liberatore couldn't handle it. Oliver handled it out to Bowie. Bowie almost had a fresh airy. He got it out to Moniz Wakefield. Started on Waitman and had his issues early. The Dogs are going to get a free kick against Oliver holding the ball, and Liberatore's your man.
City side wing. Liber playing game. 230.
Just appears, Howie, that he's spending a fair bit of time alongside Clayton Oliver, Tom Liberatore. Not looking like a hard tag, but maybe just keeping an eye on Clary.
Definitely playing on each other, Duke.
Two-man will be able to tell us what's happening in that battle as Waitman's taken across the line. What are you seeing there, Chulenko?
Hold the meter, guys. Thanks.
Champion data have him playing on Clayton Oliver for 5 minutes game time. He's had a number of opponents. They've got actually Bont as the key
Feels
player.
like he's been playing on it.
Yeah, that's right.
For most of that quarter.
Yeah.
Not what we really wanted from you, too.
I had that feeling, Dar, so I thought you were spot on. Two-man might have the numbers wrong. Richards caught with the footy in defence. In fact, in attack.
Put him up, Tim Max.
So Waitman started the game like a jack-in-the-box, did Cody. Kick one, set one up, miss one. He's got an art exhibition coming up at the end of the month, has Cody, to raise money for it's might be the Starlight Foundation.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish. You're spot on. Make-A-Wish. Ball forward. McNeil alongside Christian Petrarca and Isaac Rankin are all involved in that one. Rory Lobb just tracks it back. Just loving his footy as the lobster. Gets it to Jones, then just hand pass to space. Pick it up on the outer side is the former St. Caulfield.
Max and Tim, centre wing.
Luke Beveridge looks on the Harvey Norman replay. Harvey Norman unbeatable deals on LG. Big savings on selected TVs, fridges, washers, plus bonus gift cards. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best price guaranteed.
No change to the titanium scoreboard in this second term. Bontempelli to half forward. Fisted away from Darcy. And the ball's out of bounds.
How good was the intercept clearance from Bontempelli? Gawn took it out of the ruck, was handball into a teammate. He read it and cut it off.
Don't hold at the front.
So we'll have a throw in on the outer side. Gawn and English. Been a good battle so far. Have to give it to English.
Holding Melbourne.
And now Max Gawn fights back, gets the free kick.
Time back to
So Gawn's at half back. Demons 117, the Dogs 47-31. Titanium Caravan scoreboard, Staff Road. And off grid for longer with a little curious Titanium Caravan. They are. Lever. Quite often likes to go short, Lever. This one, he's going to have to go long. It's a high ball down to half forward. Gawn's there. Off hands, Doc Geray. He's wrapped up. Eventually, the umpire says we'll ball it up. On the outer side, a little bit of a slow quarter so far.
31-7, the Dogs lead it. 4-7 to 1-1. Dominated the first term. Melbourne couldn't get it inside the attack. 50 of the first half of the first term. And the ball is stymied on the City side wing. Anything for us, Chewy, on the Reds edge?
Well, Melbourne 7 out of the last 11 inside 50s, and the contested ball pretty much dead even. +2 to the Bulldogs.
Okay, game just sort of meandering a touch.
High contact, Melbourne.
Free kick. It's going the way of Chandler against Duro. Okay, Chandler from West United, Prince Alfred College, famous school does.
Absolutely, yes, from South Australia.
Drops it into the pocket. Big Maxwell elevates himself above the rest and says it's time for me to make a mark on the game.
He just beat Tim English, didn't he? He worked back harder. English was trying to go with him and couldn't get there.
10 metres.
Just dropped his head, Tim, when he saw the mark taken. So, Big Maxi Gawn kicked 5 in a prelim in that COVID year to put him into the grand final. And now he'll line up from, well, only 15 out, no real angle. And it should be Melbourne's second goal. The skipper that delivered the premiership delivers the goal with ease. St Melbourne hanging in. Not sure how. 4-7-31 to 2-1-13 back to a 3-goal margin the way of Footscray. That is on the Triple M Titanium Caravans scoreboard.
That's why I've just got so much admiration for Max Gawn and his impact in the game. He's playing with a busted ankle and had to work through some heartache to get back in the amount of time that he did, but he's just a workhorse, Chief. He just refuses to stop running. And asked a question to Tim English, as you said, Tim just dropped off for a half a second, and that's enough to cause a goal for Max Gawn the other way.
What they have done, the D's, is they've stopped the territorial dominance of the Bulldogs. So they're starting to get their fair suck of the Sav going forward, aren't they? They're getting plenty of ball forward. They're getting opportunities. They're actually winning a little bit of the ball in their forward half, which they didn't do in the first term.
So the bounce in the middle. The Demons with a bit of life. Max Gawn breathing it into them. Then it's half forward, it's a bouncing ball. The chase out there, and Rory Lobb won again. Unbelievable. Here's Ed Langdon. 5 of the last 6 games, 100% game time, and the one he missed was 98%. He just keeps running. That might be a free kick to Melbourne. No. It's going to go to the Western Bulldogs and Caulfield.
This is enormous focus that Melbourne have had on making sure Liam Jones is in intercept marking, Rory Lobb. Harry Petty's going hard after Lobb. We've seen Jake Melksham put some time into Liam Jones to stop those intercept possessions.
Bailey Dale short to Bailey Williams. So Bailey Williams in the back pocket.
Just wait. Stand. Good.
A little bit static at the moment, the Western Bulldogs. It's a long ball. There's only 2 Demons there. Max Gawn called to play on. He thought it was a mark. Liberatore got the handball out. The Dogs on the run. Riley West loves a goal. Sets this one up for Aaron Norton. He's got the sit. Can't mark it. Well done by McDonald. As good as it gets down back. Almost better than a goal. Opportunity still for the Dogs. Norton went back in, not to be denied. The Demons again. Bowie. And now Oliver in the back pocket. Needs to find a target. Looks for Stephen May. And he got him.
I would say that was an elite spoil from Tom McDonald. He was out of position. You'd think Norton would work him under the footy, but he held his body position, got the hand up and knocked it away. It saved a certain goal.
So often you see those giving his front-on contact, Chief. He did well. Your free kick here for Bailey Dale. Got one across the shoulder from Taji Wowoden. Williams into Treloar. How's he going in 250?
9 touches.
Massive season is Treloar. Goes to the pocket. Jamara elevates off 2 feet. Josh. And they see it across the line.
Melbourne are so good at picking off those slow inside 50s. The ball hangs in the air. It's just Christmas time for Lever and for May and their intercept players. Melbourne 4 inside 50s to 2 this quarter. They just really have upped their game and putting some pressure back on the Dogs.
Gawn and English. Tim gets front position, tried to grab it out. Liberatore was awake, gave it to Bont. Quick hands by Bontempelli. Treloar in 250. There's a moment, Bulldogs fans. Wonderful finish by the number 1. They come from everywhere to celebrate with the champ, who is having one of the great seasons of his career. And the Dogs stretch it again, 5-7-37 to Melbourne, 2-1-13, back out to 4 goals. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off road and off grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan.
He kicks a lot of goals from that spot on his left foot, Chief.
Nothing coaches hate more than forward 50 stoppage goals by the opposition. It was brilliant hands. Ash, you gave me a number, sort of 2/3 of the way through the first term. They were operating at 96% efficiency by hand. You can't maintain that sort of efficiency, but it's still very good. The quick hands in there are exceptional, Ash.
They're going at 93%.
Wow.
D's only at 64, Jason.
That's enormous. They've been so slick and they haven't fumbled.
A goal apiece in this second term. Gawn got the first. Treloar gets the answer. We're back in the middle. English tries to spike it towards Richards, who found some space and tumbled one. Jamara hits it full-chested. Opportunity now for Stephen May, who came through. Dick Vandermeer. Gawn went back with the flight. That's courage, and he took a brilliant mark.
That's not 50.
That's not 50, but the umpires paid 50, Chief. Now it's the softest 50 I've seen this season.
Well, both English and Bontempelli were trying to get there to affect the spoil. He's taken the high chest mark as they've come in.
Stay out.
I can't believe that's a 50-metre penalty. It's a legitimate attempt to spoil the ball.
So Big Max to kick back-to-back goals for himself. This one more is distance from about 55.
And when he kicks them Nate, from this range, they often go through about 35 rows back, the big long levers from Max. I think he likes having a ping from outside 50.
This has got Mung written all over it.
They stay kick for Big Max. A lucky 50. Can he take advantage? Not going to make the distance. Fisted into the pocket and the ball goes out of bounds. With a boundary throw in.
Bream Hot Water built tough Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating and water heating. Ask your plumber to install a room. 37-13 as the Dogs by 24. That margin has been maintained from the quarter time break. 13.5 to go for the major break. Caulfield, Demons pressing. Oh, geez, a hurry kick out of the pack and it lands onto the chest of Cozzy Pickett, who we haven't caught a great deal this evening so far, Chulenko.
Just his second touch yet to hit the scoreboard.
He's the type of bloke that will snag this 2 metres inside the boundary, 35 out. And a hurry kick out of the pack from Neil Bullen. It just landed fortuitously on the chest of Coz. People come to this man when he plays footy. They come to watch him play. He's going to check side. Oh, look at this. Look at this from Cozzy Pickett. Just talked the ball through. And that is top shelf. Melbourne 3-1-19. The Dogs 5-7-37. Back to 3 goals. Triple M Titanium Caravan score. But what about the skill of that man?
Well, certainly close enough. I mean, you take those sort of opportunities and you get a chance later on to worry the Bulldogs out of it, because this is a game that should have a much bigger margin in it. The Bulldogs didn't take full toll in that first term. Now the D's are just trying to edge their way back in. So, fantastic finish. It was a strange place to be lurking, 10 metres behind the play and just near the boundary in the pocket. It was kind of weird, but he just dropped off and let everything else go.
And they're that sort of side, Melbourne, that they've got an ability to hang in there. The scoreboard never gets too far away from them, very rarely. It's happened a couple of times this year, which is strange for a Simon Goodwin coach side, but they hang in there. The margin stays close. They often make them low-scoring games, and then they can get you nervous, even when they haven't been playing well, and that's exactly where it's at the moment. 18 points for the Bulldogs, but it could be a lot worse, as Chief said.
Nat Yanidi, Bob Jane, Team Arts.
Just keeping an eye on Stephen May. The doctor's been out to him a couple of times, given him some painkillers, was involved in a pretty heavy collision a couple of minutes ago.
McDonald had some good moments down back. That was another one, won the football back, but now the Dogs swarm. Riley West loves a goal. Sam Darcy was in there, couldn't take it. Bontempelli was clean. Vandermeer looking for Jamara, and he found him. Great mark, under pressure from Stephen May. It's right up his ginger.
It's a great kick because Stephen May couldn't have been better positioned. He was right on the hammer of Jamara Ugle-Hagan. I mean, only the perfect pass would have given him the opportunity to mark it.
Needs to kick it. Had Waitman on a lead, elected not to go there. From 51, left foot on the way. Does he bring it back enough? He doesn't, through for one behind.
He's kicked that off 3 steps and it's gone over the fence from outside 50.
The kick was on to Cody Waitman as well. 5-8-38. 3-1-19. The Dogs double the score of the D's.
You mentioned earlier on, Das, from close in, Jamara had a different approach as well, so maybe not some consistency with his approach to goals, Chiefy?
Yeah, well, a lot depends on where you are, how far out to, Howie.
Okay. Brad Johnson, the goal-kicking wizard down there. Richards, a little tunnel ball to Norton. Clean bowls everyone, including Cody Waitman. Van Rooyen, he's having a run in the ruck. Now he's in defence. Viney, wacky kick out of defence, straight to Buku, who looks amazing tonight. He's got the hair braided back. He looks sharp and he looks on as they go inside 50. Waitman through his hands. Melbourne defence under pressure. Norton's down there. Ugle-Hagan lever. Tries to step Poulter and in the end goes out of bounds. Just on his defensive 50, just Jake.
Looks like it's going to be Sam.
So right on the 50.
Sam, Jacob.
Umpire ball it in. Dogs by 18 points. Van Rooyen and Darcy. Won't give that one to anybody. The ball bounced and then Neil Bullen was able to shank it towards Bontempelli, who pumps it back inside forward 50, and Jamara's on the end of it. Just read it best. Had the run and the jump and the space, and he didn't let his skipper down.
He's got that athleticism that can trouble good defenders, Jamara Ugle. But he's playing on Stephen May at the moment. May wants to play in front and body up, but when he gets a little bit of a run and jump, he's got that burst of speed and that athleticism. He's almost impossible to defend like that.
Just has to kick this for the dominance they've had. 35 out. Jamara on the way, kicks the goal. It's a big one for the Dogs, and it gets it back to 24 points. 25 points now.
Other thing I loved in the build-up to that was the kick from Bontempelli. He didn't have time to look, but he pulled it a good 20, 25 metres out from goal, across his body from basically deep on the flank. Often the temptations go to the top of the square, but he pulled it another 10 or 15 metres in front of that, and that gave Jamara Ugle-Hagan the ability to lead, to run, to be first to react, and then have the quick run and jump at the footy.
Bontempelli, 17 touches. His PB is 38, thrown a major. Jack Viney, just the 4 touches. So 5 times from his past 8 matches, he's been kept to 3 clearances or less. Just the 1 clearance tonight.
Who else are the major ball winners for Red Z Lending?
Yeah, Bailey Day, 12. But Rory Lobb, Brownie, 10 disposals, 6 intercepts. Second-ranked player for the Bulldogs.
Gee, man, you walked in here tonight and just said to Das on the quiet, gee, Bontempelli deserves to win a Brownlow. Just struck true with me, Chew. It's a great call. Treloar, little slider into Bontempelli, gives it across to Poulter on the left and just shanks it, wobbles it forward through everybody. You're going to be under pressure here. The Melbourne defenders once again. Howes, they just barrel out of defence any way they can. Tholstrup gives a little push. Not an easy man to call. Lucky he doesn't play with Thilthorpe. Be a nightmare, Nate, as the ball goes to the outer wing.
He nearly lost his footing again there, Buku Cup.
He did too, Chief.
He's having trouble with his footing for some reason.
Poulter was having a shot from 50 and it landed 35 out. So ball up on the outer side. Treloar feeds it back to Poulter. Left foot to half forward. Darcy, that's a strong mark in front. Quickly plays on, gets the ball inside forward 50 to Vandermeer. Couldn't mark it, but the free kick's paid. He's got a very good football brain, young Darcy.
Nearly 50 given Tom McDonald's reaction. He threw the hands up, grabbed his head, stormed off. Lucky he got out of the area, because when that rule was first introduced, that would have been an immediate 50.
That's what he did well, Chief. He walked away from the umpire, didn't he?
He was letting a few words go as well.
You go back to the Harvey Norman replay, and I can sympathise with Tom McDonald there. Defenders of an era in the past would have not been able to believe that.
Vandermeer, 14 goals, 20 set shots. And that is why, because it goes really wide and McDonald drops the mark and Bowie under pressure has to relieve the area. Bailey Williams is the only one there. Quickly plays on. Right foot inside forward 50. Jamara, well done by Moniz Wakefield. Got it out of bounds. That looked like a certain mark. But nice brain work over there by Sam Darcy to move it quickly. He does that really well whether he goes to his right or his left.
Good player, Andy Moniz Wakefield. He's only into his 6th game, and I've been impressed. Seen him live 3 times already, and that was good defensive sport on Jamara from a young player.
And Nightcliff, Northern Territory man. Max Gawn.
Tim English free kick here, ruck free kick against Max Gawn.
What happened, Das?
They've called a push
the ball.
After the ball bounced, and Max Gawn has got a bemused look on his face. Let's have a look at Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen here, Chief. So
that's a push.
I'm kidding.
That's a line. We do see it a lot, though, and you get away with a lot more now.
It's 2 hands in the back.
It's a decent shove, though, isn't it? Got to take advantage of it.
So Big Timmy, the number 44, from right on the paint of 50, hits it now. Oh, good strike, Timmy. Just ease it back a touch. He can't. 1 behind. So Footscray 6-9-45. Melbourne 3-1-19. 26-point margin, 8:32 on the clock before the major break.
Big Frothy's made, not a great kick in. Gives Poulter a really big look at it. Poulter went back, got it. Jamara hemmed in on the boundary. That's a great tackle. Really good tackle by the meat eater McDonald. And the ball is out of bounds. Jamara gets up a bit ginger, holding his knee, rubbing his knee. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Have you had much to do with Poulter, Das? I like him.
He's been a great recruit coming across from Collingwood and didn't quite get a regular game there, but he's a great runner, great athlete, very popular teammate.
Bit of an influencer, I hear, with his girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, I think.
Oh, well done, Nate.
Okay.
Another clanger for you tonight.
That won't be beaten all season, does.
He's just a solo influencer now.
Oh, no. You've had a shocker tonight, Nate. You've really had a tough night.
Treloar.
That'll end up on Triple M socials.
I doubt it.
Nothing more certain.
Liberatore.
Jasper's out the back already cutting that one up.
You have the ups and downs in life, and he seems to have bounced back, playing some pretty good footy at the moment.
Do we call any VFL games, Howie? Might be time for Nate to have a spell.
I think he's going more Eastern Division League the way he's going.
Bailey Dale. English has been good. That's a throw, though. Melbourne. He'll have a free kick to the Demons and Ed Langdon.
So Langdon's got to
Stand.
Always dangerous to wander into the marital status of athletes. The lever comes across the goal, hangs up. Sam Darcy will compete in the air. Does well, Sam, but Monty Wakefield's there to pick it up.
Stand.
He goes short to Taj Woden from Burragoon. Son of a Brownlow medalist.
Play on!
Sends it 45 metres down the line. Jones, Buku Khamis attacks it. He's a loved figure at the Dogs in a short period of time. He's Buku. What's he playing? Game number 24 from St Albans. Centre wing ball. Umpire separates them.
The umpire elevates the yellow. Sharon Gawn won it clearly. Socket off the ground by Treloar. Ricocheted off a couple of players and Chandler had another go at it and Treloar just knocks up getting kicks. Bailey Dale was good at a spinning pirouette handball and Doc Ray couldn't go anywhere with it. We'll have a ball up. Nat Yanidis, Bob Jane team arts.
Mentioned that Stephen May looked a little bit sore earlier in that quarter. They've just taken him straight down to the rooms.
English on that one. Bontempelli went after it. Here's the solo influencer. Polter goes forward. Hey. Good kick out the back. Jamara looking very dangerous.
And immediately Stephen May just unbalances their side, Chief, doesn't he? Such a vital part of the way they defend back there. They get a one-on-one, which you rarely do against Melbourne's defence, and Jamara good enough on that occasion against McDonald.
Yeah, we just praised Tom McDonald before for a great spoil against Aaron Norton when he was out of position, but that one he appeared to have decent position, but Ugle-Hagan worked him under it.
So Jamara already kicked one for number 2. Left foot on the way, that is wide, really wide. Lucky to scrape in for a point.
They are keeping the D's in it.
6:10:46, Chiefy. The Demons are 3-1-19. 6 minutes 13 to go before half-time.
Thanks, Riley. Play on. Yep.
Melbourne reset. And the ball towards the flank. Van Rooyen does well to get off Bramble. Marks immediately dishes by hand. Good contest by Buku. Bontempelli mops up at ground level. Geez, hand passing is clever. This time just missed Liberatore. But they've given it back to Bramble. Bont again with that handball. Lockie McNeil. He's got 45 options. Elects to go down the line. Goes to Darcy, who would have to get that in row 1, seat 6 out the full.
Ash, just a concern for the Bulldogs. They passed 11 rounds, 16th for scoring accuracy at 55%. Tonight, 6 goals, 10.
And just tell me those inside 50s again, please, Ash.
30-12 Bulldogs way.
That's ridiculous.
So the Demons to centre wing. Van Rooyen at the front. Elevates himself and takes a nice mark, but he looks up and it's Dogs everywhere. So Bailey Fritsch, who's got players in front of him, behind him, and to the side. To half forward, Fritsch did it all himself. In from the side, took a nice mark on 50, and he's got the journey from there. Bailey Fritsch plays on, and he's got a player on in the pocket, and the mark taken by Sparrow.
They've done a really good job, Melbourne, of not allowing intercept marks in defence, Jim, and I wonder how many either side have taken. They really have gone to work on making sure Lobb and Jones and Buku have been really big intercept markers. True, how many they had?
They've only taken one inside their D50, the Bulldogs.
At 35-40 out, Sparrow has to be perfect on the snap from here. And I'll tell you what he is. That's a good effort by Sparrow. And the Demons just hang around. 3 goals to 2 in this quarter, despite the Dogs dominating.
Which is good conversion. You're getting so few looks at it, but 4 goals, 1. Good conversion. Means they're still only 20-odd points down. Hanging in there when they have no right to be on the scoreboard, truth be told.
And for all their dominance, the Bulldogs were 24 points up at quarter time, and Melbourne have been able to just reduce that margin back ever so slightly, back to 21. And as Truman said, an inaccurate kicking eventually just saps a bit of the life out of you as a team. They need some more scoreboard reward.
1,500 heats. They're just knocking the 1,500 over the men in 3 minutes 36 seconds.
Yeah, and we had one in each heat, Harry. I don't think they're going any further.
No.
There's a winner in that one, though.
3:36 for 1,500. The big Dutchie's happy. He's through. Back here, though. 6:10:46. Footscray to 4:1:25. 24-point margin at quarter time. It's eked back to 21 points. Driving ball forward. And it lands rather well, but the mark's not taken in the end by Melbourne. Liberatore Bailey Dale, centre wing, city side. Little squeezer, finds Richards, numbers.
Ed Richards, Triple M Red Z, 8 touches.
Bont drives it deep forward. Darcy's got 2-on-1. Brings it to ground. Lever, very short ball. What's Bont up to? Chewy. Oh, take them on. Is McVee's run down from behind. We'll get to that shortly. Falls to Waitman. Now Richards from 50. Sets sail. Skinny. Bontempelli.
20 touches, Howie, but he's already racked up 120 ranking points.
The one you see in the paper?
Yeah, that's it. 9 score involvements. So if you crack over 200, that is elite. He's already picked up 119.
Great.
Haven't even hit half time.
Tackle by Sam Darcy. Unlucky not to be rewarded with holding the ball.
They're having shots for fun and missing for fun. 6-11. You hope it doesn't come back to haunt them.
22-point lead to the Dogs.
23 games for Sam Darcy, 72 tackles, and at the same time his father had 15.
Just off the top of your head.
Well, those stats are in front of me, Duke. I don't know where these stats came from, but they're good. Inside forward 50, and Waitman with the left releases the football. Sparrow couldn't take it. The Demons got the numbers. They need to be clean here. And they can't be. Liberatore wraps them up. They'll have a ball up.
Super tackle from Libba. They had the numbers there, the D's. That ball spills out. And they would have had a shot for goal.
They look like sort of swamp areas. Neil Bullen. Floater. It's the type of ball that hit Cozzy Pickett earlier on. Langdon. Gets it to the Fritcher. Kick going to for Melbourne. Gets around Caulfield, just back to Sparrow, 60 from home. Back to the Fritcher. Oliver says, Bailey, have a shot. It's what the Fritcher does for a living. Oh, Bailey Fritcher's got 2. And Melbourne won't go away. They're within 16 points in a game they don't deserve to be. 6-11-47, 5-1-31. The Fritcher's got 2. All in the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Can kick a goal.
Great comms.
You can't believe it, Luke Beveridge, sitting in the box. He's going, we are dominating this contest. We're going to go forward and they have a shot, whether it's a set shot or a ping from distance like this one. They are just kicking them. They're threading the needle every single time, giving themselves a chance. I don't know if they're going to actually find enough ball to win the game at this stage, but they won't go away because of their conversion. It just keeps them in touching distance.
Been harping on about the intercept marks D50. The Bulldogs averaged 7 intercept marks in the defensive 50 tonight. They've only had 1 in the first half, and that is an area that you can just tell Melbourne have put a lot of thought into, and it creates opportunities like that for Bailey Fritsch, keeps them right in the game.
And they've kicked 3 of the last 4 goals, the Demons. Back in the middle. Waitman having a run through the middle. Gets the clearance. Jamara, 1 by 2 by 3, 4. Got it.
This becomes a massive, massive kick. Just as Chief said, it becomes a little bit infectious if you start missing and then the pressure builds and all of a sudden you think maybe we've let go too many opportunities. So Jamara, great contested mark, 35 out directly in front. He's been in really good goal kicking form, massive moment in the game here.
Sprayed the last one left. 40 out directly in front. Just has to kick it, Jamara. Kick on the way. Goal umpire moves a bit. And he's missed it again.
Overcorrected.
What does he kick now, Ash?
He's kicked 1 goal for Brownie. The set shots, Bulldogs 4-6. Melbourne are 4 straight.
6-12-48 the Dogs. 5-1-31 the Demons.
1-4 tonight, Jamara.
Spot on.
On his Wakefield.
Chief, he does tend to fall off them left a bit, Jamara. He tends to sag left, and as you said, maybe try...
Well, the one before he got too close to the man on the mark, when he missed it to the left, and that one he's overcorrected, pulled it across his body, but they'd want to start kicking a few, Duke, because I don't know if you dominate for all 4 quarters.
Waitman surges through the pack. He's made a nice little impact when he's gone on the ball. Good tackle, Jamara on McVee. Chalor's already kicked one in 250. Richards sets sail. Eddie Richards. It's another behind.
He had a square-up target as well. Chose to have the shot instead.
6-13-49 to 5-1-31. It's a 3-goal lead to Footscray. Only 1.5 minutes on the clock after the Dogs led by 24 at the first break.
Bowie to do the kicking in. Plays on, gets himself 10 metres and then pumps it. Outside defensive 50, looking for Petty. Petty couldn't mark it, but he got it at ground level. Now he needs to get it out. He did to Langdon. Langdon to Chandler, back to Langdon. Run and carry. Bouncing ball to Fritsch. Fritsch just left. his opponent in his wake inside forward 50, fisted away. Caulfield needs to be clean. That was brilliant by Liam Jones. Under pressure, the Dogs at the moment. They need to respond. Underground handball. Quickly come out. Chandler was there again. Couldn't take it. And it's just outside forward 50. We'll ball it up. The Demons are starting to lift. The Dogs are starting to feel the heat.
Got a thirst for it at the moment, the Demons. Not sure quite how English got the handball away on the Harvey Norman.
I am. He threw it, Howie.
Thank you, Chief. Reasonably obviously as well. Umpire blindside. Libba does well. Burrows in. Does Libba. Jamara splits the pack. Centre wing. Here's an important ball to be won. Bontempelli's there. You know the champ's going to win it. Slaps it in front of Norton. When the Dogs need a lift, they turn to Bont. And he responds so often. Gorn. Sliding out is Monty's Wakefield. Contest on the wing. Bramble does well. Scoots away from a man. Back to the Lobster. Wobbles it forward to Bont. Here come the Dogs, but he drops it.
He did drop it. Wasn't meant to go there either. Poulter wrapped up. And we'll have a ball up. 17 seconds to go before half-time.
Well, he knows they missed an opportunity there. They had a 3-on-1, the Dogs.
Bulldogs' last 5 scoring shots, 0-5. To have a scoreline that reads 6-13 in the first half.
So the ball pops out. Richards at the Dogs got one last effort in them. It goes inside forward 50, but it's all Demons. And now the Demons might have an opportunity themselves to McVie. McVie into the middle of the ground to Petty, but time is going to beat them. Half-time of a really interesting game at Marvel Stadium. The Dogs, they should be dominating. They should be a long way in front, but it's only an 18-point lead. 6-13-49 to the Demons. 5-1-31 from McDonald's Green Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen, Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. with an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option. Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers. Was that the halftime siren? Or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing appointment today for high definition sound at low Specsavers prices.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. It is halftime here at Marvel Stadium. 6:13:49. Western Bulldogs lead Melbourne 5-1-31. It's been an interesting game. It was all the Bulldogs in that quarter, or in that half, I should say, but inaccurate kicking has really cost them. This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Was that the halftime siren, or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing appointment today for high definition sound at low Specsavers prices. We're about to go through this first half with Jason Dunstall and Luke Darcy. But first, Tuman, are you ready with the Red Zeds?
Well, I am, Nat, and the Bulldogs, speaking of Red Zeds, they are dominating a lot of the key numbers. The inside 50s, 35-17. The clearances are 26 v 14, 9-3 out of the centre. But their scoring accuracy, as we mentioned, past 11 rounds, they're ranked 16th, going at 55%. Tonight, 6-13 at 32. As Dar said, their last 5 scoring shots, 5 behinds. And their handball efficiency, as Jason touched on, the first quarter, they were going at 98%, that second term at 73%. And the intercept marks, which also Dar spoke about, just the one inside their D50, opposed to averaging 7 per game. But individually, Bontempelli, he's a number 1 ranked player. 21 disposals, 10 score involvements, 8 inside 50s and a goal. His PB is 38 in terms of touches. Dale's had 17, Treloar 15 and 3 clearances. Libba, 13 disposals, 5 clearances and 6 tackles. Hugo Hagen has taken 4 marks inside 50, but 1 goal 4. And for the Demons, their number 1 ranked players, Ed Langdon with 13, Gawn 12, 18 hitouts and a goal, and Fitch efficient, 7 touches, but he's nailed 2 majors.
We're going to talk a little bit more about Marcus Bontempelli later on, but first off, Das, what is going through Luke Beveridge's mind? Because they should be so much further than they are ahead.
Oh, it'd be frustration there that you haven't converted all those opportunities and really dominant patches of the game where it felt like they were going to blow Melbourne out of this game, to be truthful about it. But credit to Melbourne, they've got a couple of parts of the game right, haven't allowed intercept marks, and they've converted their opportunities, the Bulldogs haven't, and eventually that becomes a bit of a psychology, Chief. You start to think, wow, maybe it's a problem, and then Jamara missed another one late in the last quarter. You can almost feel the body language change for the Bulldogs. So your mind always says, you know, as you said in the first half, you're not going to dominate a game for 4 quarters. If Melbourne get a run on, this game is pretty evenly balanced for mine.
That's what we don't know. We don't know what tweaking Simon Goodwin can do to this Melbourne team to see if they can generate some clearances. They've been dominated possession-wise, dominated clearances, dominated territory. At some stage, you know, the floodgates are going to open unless they can start to win their own footy and start evening up that territory imbalance. Whether they can do that, I'm not quite sure. But at the moment, they've created a rod for their own back, the Doggies. Just too many misses. And we're talking regulation set shots that should be kicked.
The other thing that we need to mention is that we don't know how Stephen May is. I think he just came back out of the rooms just before half-time, so hopefully he is going to continue.
Well, it's worth talking about that quickly, Nat, because Melbourne have got some challenges, as we know, with some key players out in recent times, and that is a vital piece of the puzzle for Melbourne. They would have set up so much of tonight. He makes them a better team in my mind by 2 or 3 goals. So if he doesn't take any further part, that is significant. So I know you'll be all over that as soon as we get some more information.
He is a tough cookie. We know that he has played through broken ribs before. Not saying that that is the case, but he was clutching his side. So that seems to be the issue for Stephen May. So hopefully, if you're a D's fan, he does continue on. If you're Simon Goodwin, what are you saying here at halftime? What do you want to see in this second half? Because while they haven't played their best footy, they're so close. They're only 18 points down.
Yeah, but he's got to get to his leaders, in particular Jack Viney, Clayton Oliver in the middle of the ground. Oliver's had a little bit of the ball. Viney's had virtually none. They're just not getting it done. They are getting absolutely dominated by Bontempelli and Richards and Treloar, who are doing as they please through the middle of the ground. So if they can't get their leaders to start winning their share of possession, it doesn't matter what he says to them. Nothing's going to change.
This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Das, I think you mentioned Marcus Bontempelli in that first half, potentially a Brownlow fancy. Do you like him for it? He's got 21 touches so far, and so often he is the main instigator for this team. He is the barometer for the Western Bulldogs, and we've seen over the last couple of weeks they've beaten Geelong, they've beaten Carlton, they've beaten Sydney, and all of a sudden they're back in it this season.
I think he's the poster boy for, I think, even opposition supporters. Probably love everything about the way that man is a once-in-a-generation type of person and type of player, and has been consistently someone that attracts votes. He's probably been the standout player in the first half here for mine. So, look, you need to win games for mine. You need to keep winning consistently. Very rarely do you see a side that doesn't finish well up the ladder win those sort of awards. That'll be the furthest thing from his mind. Nat, I mentioned the first half. He's the ultimate team player. Doesn't go chase easy possessions. He gets back and defends really hard. Some of his pressure work in the first half has been outstanding. But you asked Chief the question, what does Simon Goodwin sell? I think he sells hope that if you can turn a couple of those things around, that would be it. Hey, guys, guess what? We haven't played well and we are right in this game. Get a bit on top. Watch us build some pressure. Watch us put that back on the Western Bulldogs, and that's why this game is so intriguing now. It's a Melbourne season probably hangs in the balance. The Bulldogs, you lose one, you go right back into the pressure situation. So huge amount riding on this second half now.
Well, that's the thing. They win this, they're in the top 4. They lose it, then they're back in the pack and they're fighting along with Melbourne for a spot in the top 8. So it's certainly going to be interesting. A very, very important second half coming up here at Marvel Stadium. But before we go anywhere, clangers, they happen. And lucky you're with Amy, this one happened in the second quarter.
Have you had much to do with Poulter, Das? I like him.
He's been a great recruit coming across from Collingwood and didn't quite get a regular game there, but he's a great runner, great athlete, very popular teammate.
Bit of an influencer, I hear, with his girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, I think.
Oh, well done, Nate.
Okay.
Another clanger for you tonight.
That won't be beaten all season, does.
He's just a solo influencer now.
Oh, no. You've had a shocker tonight, Nate. You've really had a tough night. That'll end up on Triple M socials.
I doubt it.
Nothing more certain.
Liberatore.
Jasper's out the back already cutting that one up.
He was $1.01 to be the Amy Clanger tonight.
Nat, you're closer to these things than me. Am I right in saying that he's now flying solo?
You were 100% correct, Das. I was very impressed with your knowledge of the social influencers. Hey, how do you reckon that Nate Brown would have gone as a social influencer back in the day?
He's a very strange man, Nate Brown. He's a weird person. He has a lot of personality deficiencies, so I think he's hard to warm to.
Well, a lot of people wouldn't have known what he was talking about, just because he's so weird and strange.
I'm just thinking about that picture of him with his jeans and his aviators when he was walking into Richmond. That's real social influencer vibes there from our man Brownie. Okay, well, he's going to be coming up after the break, and so is the second half. Halftime here at Marvel Stadium. It is the Western Bulldogs 6-13-49, leading Melbourne 5-1-31. The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers. Was that the halftime siren, or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing appointment today for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsavers Advanced Hearing Technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Installery, installery, installery.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Installery.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our trade assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
Dogs lead it by 18. They led it by 24 at quarter time, 18 at half time. 6-13, 49 to 5-1-31 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Tradies, while you're getting behind the footy, the team at Beacon Trade's getting behind you, experts in everything lighting and electrical. Beacon Trade is there to help you light the homes of Australia. Partner up with the team that always has your back at beacontrade.com.au. Beacon Trade, let's make light work. Nate, we're out the back, privileged to have a chat with the great Mick Malthouse, and then the world's nicest man, Brad Johnson, wanted in, who is the goal-kicking coach for the Western Bulldogs, and said he's getting a fair bit of feedback on his phone.
Reckons his phone has lit up in this first half. The Dogs at the moment are 6 goals. What are they? 13. So Brad Johnson, the goal-kicking coach, getting some good feedback from a lot of people around the football circles.
He had them in blindfolds a couple of weeks ago, he was telling me, and he said it works wonders because it just gets you in tune. Well, I'm not sure it's working wonders at the moment. They'll sort it out, though. Another game on. West Coast lead the Gold Coast Suns 12-8. Choice Hotels round the ground. Now, some big games to come. Chieftain, Collingwood, Carlton. Talk of a breaking of a record of a home and away crowd. I don't know what that record is, but our two-man Scott Pendlebury plays his 400th. Blues a touch out of form. This is a big affair.
It's a massive occasion. Don't know who's going to win it, actually. To me, it's a toss of the coin game. I know Carlton will start favourites, but you're right, they're not playing particularly good football. They get Harry Mackay back. That's a massive inclusion for them. But what impact will the momentum of the occasion have for the Collingwood players? Will they rise for Scott Pendlebury? You'd like to think they would. I mean, in theory, whatever a milestone is shouldn't have any impact on your performance. But you just think this is so big. It is massive. Can they all rise to give him the right sort of result?
A couple of nice ins too. Good to see Bo McCreary back. A little bit of pace
absolutely.
coming in.
He's a very good player for them. They need him.
Sharika Richardson just ran the first heat of the women's 100. If you've watched Sprint, the doco on Netflix, you'll be across her work. She is an unbelievable athlete and quite confident as well. Now, Nate, the Giants take on the Hawks in Canberra. Now, let's be honest, the Hawks are the hottest ticket in footy, my friend.
They are. But they need to win one of the next 2 games.
Yes.
Because I feel like they've got 2 winnable games at the end. So they play the Giants and they play Hawthorn. I love what the Giants did last week. To be able to come back, they look dead and buried, and then to hold on against the Demons in the wet at the MCG. I just feel like they got some firepower forward, the Giants, which is going to trouble the Hawks. That's why they're trying to get Barras. That's why they're trying to get Battle. I think that's their weakness at the moment. So they're very restrictive, the Hawthorn Footy Club at the moment. They started pretty poorly, as we know, at the start of the year, but the last 7 weeks, they're the most restrictive side in the competition at inside 50s. But the thing is, once it does get in there, it's a very high percentage of turning into a score. So the Hawks, if they can restrict it so much and not allow those scores, they'll win. But I feel like Jesse Hogan's due for a big one again.
Who goes on Jesse? They get Sicily back there, or the Frost ball? What are they doing
Have
there?
to be Frost, I
Get
think.
Big Frosty on there. He's having a good year.
Weddle's had some big jobs. He's had Jeremy Cameron as well, so it might be him. But maybe, not sure who goes to Toby Green as well.
Port Adelaide versus Sydney at the Adelaide Oval. A month ago, you backed Sydney off the map, and they're just a little mid-season rut or an
4 or
issue.
5? Is it 4 or 5 they've lost?
4,
and still on top of the table, which is frightening. Which shows you how the other
6 points.
Yeah, which shows you how the second, third, fourth teams have been battling as well. In recent weeks, in particular, Carlton. So I don't know about this one. They've lost their mojo, Sydney, and Port have actually got some really good form.
Yep.
I think they've got a string of wins under their belt, which has got them back into that top 4 consideration. So at home, they'll be pretty confident.
Just quickly, Essendon, Freo. Saw Essendon. Chief and I saw them last week at St Kilda.
Putrid.
The only thing is, for the Bombers, the last time Freo came to Melbourne, it wasn't a very good outing. So that's a 50-50 game as we're about to get underway in the second half. The Dogs, 6 goals, 13-49. 5-1-31 the D's.
Nat, you need his whereabouts is Stephen May. Is he back out there?
He is not out there, guys, so it looks like they have pulled the trigger. It looks like Daniel Turner is out there, so just waiting for an update from the club. This isn't good for the D's.
Well, they go inside forward 50 for the first time. Fisted away, hit the ground level. Handball come out. Woden stepped through, did nicely. Bailey Fridge doesn't often miss. Can he pull it back enough? It was going to go through, but it was marked on the line by Bailey Williams. A lot of Baileys out there tonight, and he's looking for West. Loves a goal. And that is a nice attempted hanger by Riley West, and he keeps the ball in with a big long Polly Farmer style handball, and it's bouncing to Bontempelli, who did brilliantly to Vandermeer. Vandermeer's got players on. Waitman just has to settle and bananas it again and finishes. 2 to Waitman, and the perfect start for the Dogs.
That is another exquisite finish. I thought he was going to play on, try and draw the player, and then handball over the top to Darcy, who was forcing his way back to the goal square. But in the end, the defender went with Darcy, so he actually had to take the shot. But I was not expecting him to just peel a banana off, Duke, from the 45-degree angle and thread it so easily.
For a team that's kicked 7-12 in the first half, to go for a running banana shows a Nate Brown-style level of confidence that you don't rarely see. That was amazing from Cody Waitman.
He's an important player for them, though. I mean, he was in everything early on in this game that set up the lead. So he gets out the back on his Wakefield, drawn up to the contest. He was guilty of a bit of ball watching. McDonald goes back with Darcy, so he doesn't really have the over-the-top option. But just to pluck a banana off a couple of steps, that was good.
Let's have a look at the Harvey Norman replay down there, Howie. Stephen May looks like he's headed for the showers, potentially.
Yeah, not sure what's up with him. Nat'll be across that, but jumper off and game done. Bob Jane, Nat.
The club says it's sore ribs. I'm going to suggest that maybe it's a little bit worse than that, but we'll see what comes out of it.
Yeah, the replay, we just saw him just with a hand on his ribs, so we'll keep an eye on that. Darcy to Ugle-Hagan. Bramble from 50. Can they really start kicking them straight, the Dogs? Not quite. Langdon tracks back. No score. That was Nat. It's to Bob Jane. They've got great buy 3. Get one free plus some cashback deals. Call a shop online today and T&C's apply. We're investigating whether it's a mark.
What can I do? Score review.
Took the mark.
Umpire's call is a mark. Could we please make sure it was controlled before the line?
That's a mark, Chief.
Yeah. Review underway. Didn't need a review there. Get it off.
For a Friday night feed, make it McSmart with a new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink for $6.95. You'd be happy with Zerha signing this week, Chewy?
5 years, seen through until the end of 2029, Howie. Great news.
They building?
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball is controlled prior to crossing the back of the scoring line.
decision on the scoreboard.
So, no score. Is your man Sheasel going to play in the All-Australian?
Oh,
team?
yeah, he's a
Lock?
superstar. Yep.
He is.
We'll put him in there.
He's a lock?
Yep.
Yeah, I like it, Chewy.
Mark. It's a long delay in the game, that, isn't it?
Yep. Ridiculously long. Langdon, the running man. Kicks a long ball looking for Van Rooyen. He didn't get near it. Bramble. Handball's out. Liberatore did well. Bailey-Dale, nice step. Handball forward. Bontempelli needs to make something happen. Couldn't. Liberatore came in. Richards is there again to Bontempelli. Bramble's had another touch to Treloar, who just fell in a hole. And he's kicked a fair amount of goals this year too, Ash.
Adam Treloar, he's kicked 13 majors for this season.
Not bad for a midfielder.
Yep.
Tommy McDonald is really starting to steam under the collar. Who was on him, he's asking his teammates.
Yeah, well, there's a few of the Bulldogs players getting into Sparrow, I think it is.
He's kicked the left foot snap. Now he's kicked the right foot snap. And back-to-back goals for the Dogs to start this term. And they're out to 30 points, game high. 8-13-61, 5-1-31.
Was that Josh Dunkley on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen?
He's either sent a love heart to Josh Dunkley or his wife, Kimmy, who's a professional.
Look at the Harvey Norman replay. I think his wife. I've missed a couple of times with the girlfriend chat tonight, but I think that was his wife on the screen. Yes.
Sure, that's his current wife.
Just retired, I think, hasn't she, Kim?
Yes.
An elite netballer. Game 250 for Adam Treloar, and to kick the first two of the second half is significant for the Bulldogs. There was some nervous tension, I'm sure, in the group, having missed so many in the first half, but a good start.
I think that's Chandler that didn't go with him at the time. He pointed, he wanted someone else to go, but he was the closest man and had to go himself.
Choice Hotels round the grounds, Chuapai.
We're underway at Optus Stadium. The Eagles 2-1-13, leading the Suns 1-3-9.
Just have a look at Ben King's come off the ground. Looks like his nose is facing the wrong way.
Oof.
Who got him, Jude?
Didn't see who got him, but didn't look like a lot of fun.
Treloar gets the clearance down to Ugle-Hagan. Lockie McNeil back out to Ugle-Hagan. He's kicked one goal forward tonight. Could have been anything. Still could be.
Holding, Bulldogs.
It's a free kick to Ugle-Hagan. He was held.
And it's paid by the umpire off the ball as well.
I've gone through. Yep.
Mara, as he's affectionately known by Dogs supporters. 50! Oh boy!
It's going to be Jamaris.
Waitman's on his bar. Tom McDonald could just lose the plot here. He's swearing he's got to walk away from the umpire. He's got to blow his top, Big Tom.
Big Max walked over and told him to go for a wander.
He's just spent the game wandering away from the umpires, dropping F-bombs as Big T-Mac.
Well, he's still going, and Max is trying to calm him down. You may as well give away another 50 because you're in the goal square now, so you may as well let it all out.
Max had warned him off, had told him to move and turned his back, and Tom went back.
Gee whiz. It was a WWE manoeuvre. We'll have a look in a moment, but Mara will kick the goal. He's got two. Finger in the air, that meant a bit to him. T-Mac still dropping F-bombs across the entire Marvel Stadium surface. 9-13-67 and 5-1-31. Harvey Norman replay. For those that saw it, describe what he did to Cody Waitman.
I didn't see it how he's on the Harvey Norman replay.
You saw it.
He absolutely just grabbed him by the neck, threw him to the ground backwards like a WWE move.
It was.
So the 50 was there, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Then he was complaining about it.
He's gone off his rocker, Tom McDonald. The Bulldogs now have gone 4 inside 50s to start the third quarter and kicked 3 goals. Here it is. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Tommy McDonald has...
I nearly ripped his head off.
Took a dive. Well, what he was doing, though, what drew it is because he was creating some distance between McDonald and Ugle-Hagan. And McDonald was dirty on him, so he just grabbed him and threw him.
Choice Hotels around the grounds.
Thanks, Brownie. Eagles by 4 points over the Suns. Halfway into the first.
Well done, Ash. English.
How can you debate that with the umpire, Big T-Mac?
Quick ball out. Bontempelli. Wasn't a great handball. He was under pressure. Good tackle by Garcia. He wraps it up and a ball up.
Harvey Norman, unbeatable deals on LG. Big savings on selected TVs, fridges and washers. Plus bonus gift cards. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best price guaranteed. Best call on Nate Brown.
The Demons to Bowie at half-back. Splits one wide to Neil Bullen. He's got to run on the outside, and here's the running man, Langdon. Langdon wants to step inside, gives it back to Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen steps around a couple. Right foot smothered off the boot. Dogs doing well. They win it back at half-back. And Bailey Williams to lob to Treloar.
Treloar, 2 goals and how many in his 250th, Chewy?
18 touches, needs 3 more disposals to crack 7,000.
Good player is he? Be right next to Bontempelli, I would have thought the best and fairest. Waitman sets himself, he's got 2-on-1, and McDonald marks it and just jumps on the top of Cody, puts his knee in his face. He pushes him away. He swears at him a couple more times. He's been eating meat for 3 years, Nate, and he's a reason maybe why he should go vegan.
Oh, the old meat eater. When he was coming back, he said he ate 6 kilos of steak a week just to get his protein up. Might have gone to his head.
6 kilos a night, I think he was on. He told me that he's pretty mild-mannered, but he's lost it a bit tonight, Tommy McDonald. Setting that one up for Clayton Oliver, and it was easy pickings for Liam Jones as we go back to the Triple M Harvey Norman replay and have a look at Steve May. He's got a bit of a limp up. He's going to take no further part inside the rooms.
It's a big loss for the Demons. Boundary thrown out of side. English handball was intercepted by Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen went back after it. Liberatore's underneath it. He shovels it out to Richards up against the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Big game for the Gold Coast Suns. Haven't won away yet this season.
Keep your arms straight,
They need to beat the West Coast Eagles. Choice hotels around the grounds, Ash.
And we've got the Eagles leading the Suns by 5 points, Brownie. Under 7 to go before quarter time. Footscray
call goes round up Marble Stadium. Changed the name back to Footscray this week. Well, that's a bit ambitious from Garcia. Gave away a free kick to Rivers, so Melbourne need to steady here.
One of the issues they've got, how is Clayton Oliver's just had 12 touches in this game. Jack Viney just the 6. They have to get their on-ball brigade winning more of the footy.
They're missing the track in a big way. Inside 50 ball is good. They hit Sparrow. A really well weighted pass from Bowie. And Sparrow will line up. 46 out, no real angle to speak of.
Spent a week back in the VFL last week. Tom Sparrow won a fair bit of the footy immediately, recalled back into the team. But you go into that mix, if you're going in and out of the side, this becomes an important night for Tom Sparrow, an important finish to the year for him.
He's an 11-10 set shotter, so not great confidence, but I think Tommy will nail this one from 45. Simply must for the Demons. Oh, hooked it, shanked it, swung it, kicked it. Best way to describe it. Started left and it had a real Wasim Akram in-swinger feel to it. 9:13.67 to 6:1:37, back to 30 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard the way of Footscray. Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
Just got to keep chipping away, keep themselves in touch until they can try and get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of flow in their game. Hasn't happened yet, but that's one of the first times a Melbourne midfield has actually been able to work forward and get away from the Bulldogs mids that have been dominating this contest, put himself in an attacking position. It was a really good kick inside 50 and then a good finish.
It's his second for Sparrow, alongside how many, Chewy, on the Reds' heads?
Sorry?
Sparrow.
His touches, he's picked up 12 touches.
Reds' Head lending loans to the self-employed, REDZED.com. Where was your mind just then, Chewy?
No, I was just looking at Bontempelli's numbers. They are
sure you were, Chewy. Yeah. Sure you were.
Donald Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Richards aggressively got one out of the middle of the ground. Coming back was Bowie, one of Melbourne's best so far tonight. Turner, well done by Bailey Dale, came from nowhere. Then he got it out of bounds. Looked like a mark at half back for Chandler, and Bailey Dale closed that gap, fisted the ball and got it out of bounds.
Clearance for the night, 13-4 the Western Bulldogs way. That is a huge win.
Sam Darcy and Van Rooyen starting a long way back inside the point of the square for this one. They have to run a long way forward, which they do now. Oh. And then Sam just shoves him out of the way. And he'll get a free kick for Van Rooyen.
It just bemuses me that you would start 45 metres away when the ball is going to, as you called perfectly, Brownie, full 20 metres shorter than where you're standing.
Van Rooyen, the recipient of the free kick. It's a nice contested mark taken by Harrison Petty.
Play on.
Low slider, it's going to be cut off. He kicked it straight to Poulter. The Geist takes a bit off the kick, gives it to Sam Darcy. What are his numbers?
To who? Sam Darcy, 5 disposals, 3 marks.
Poltergeist. Fisted towards the line, and across it goes. Has to be. Surely his mates called him Geist.
His nickname's the Geist.
I would have thought so.
What is it, Duke?
Yeah.
They just call him Caleb.
Oh, come on, that ain't calling. Give us a spell. There's no way he's not called the guy.
I know his marital status, not sure of his current nickname, but
he's recently single.
Next time you see him, drop a geist on him and he'll know exactly what you're talking about.
So the Demons to half forward. Rory Lobb did well. Bramble up against Pickett, doing a very good job. Neil Bullen got it out. Another one. Here's Tholstrup inside forward 50. Well done. Reading the football. Well done. And an easy mark taken in the back end by Karmas. He goes wide, and Riley West is a long way from goal.
Loves a goal. He goes short to Ed Richards. He spreads it wide to the outer side. Bailey Williams kicked a goal early. Bramble, what a pickup he's been since he came across from the Hawks. Lockie Bramble consistently in the side. Nice slider to Norton. Big Aaron. Oh, he hefts it forward. Bontempelli's in the square. Oh, you knew it was going to the champ. He read it off the boot like it was a primary school book. Everyone else was trying to decipher it, and Bont said, I'll have a piece of that. And the champ will go back and kick a goal. Put it in your book, Chewy. Whack it in your computer. Bontempelli kicks the goal. Dogs away again. Back out to a 6-goal margin. 6-1 37. 10-13, 73. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
It was an interesting inside 50 from Aaron Norton because he had Darcy leading up. He was playing on Van Rooyen in the ruck and looked like he had a 5-metre break. He was just looking for that 20-metre chip. But I think Norton got seduced by seeing the skipper, Bontempelli, deep in the goal square. They've had to reshuffle their defence. So Daniel Turner goes back. He's playing on Jamara Ugle-Hagan, which is a big ask. All of a sudden you're getting mismatches all around. And Bontempelli goes deep.
Got to get out. Max, straight in.
And he's just too good in the air for, I think it's Sparrow, Tom Sparrow again, yeah.
Live ladder here, Chew. What does this do for the Dogs?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for them. Remember, they've got a healthy percentage. They're currently 4th on the live ladder. They have the 3rd best, currently actually make that the 2nd best percentage in the comp. Coming into tonight, 3rd best.
Touches for Bontempelli.
Bontempelli, Brownie for Triple M Red Z, 26 touches.
Can't be helping the Hawks this, Chew.
It's been a big night.
Thanks, Leighton.
For Marcus Bontempelli.
Hawks percentage, not even Howie.
Not even halfway through this 3rd quarter yet. He's had 26 and kicked the goal.
Play on!
Viney in the middle of the ground. Here's the Geist. He couldn't get rid of it.
The Geist.
That's such his nickname. I'll guarantee that's what the boys call him.
Oh, this generation wouldn't know what Public Geist meant, Howie.
McVee,
call him Kale.
Tumbling ball, Bailey Dale getting his stack on it. Bailey Dale's numbers out. She's the Geist again.
20 touches.
Out to Vandermeer, the Dutchman. Handball forward. Liberatore tackled to the ground. And we'll have a ball up. 73 plays, 37. Dogs in control. 11 minutes 46 to go in this 3rd term.
Play on both games.
Dogs form team of the comp. Knocked over Sydney last week at home. They knocked over Geelong in Geelong. And they knocked over, was it Carlton, Chief? Yeah, wow.
They've beaten all the good teams.
3 weeks in a row. Just incredible form for a side that was out of the 8. Silence the critics about the coach. The Lobster's gone back. He's dominating. He's playing great footy. Bob Jane teammates, they got great buy 3-1. 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. Any further word on Stephen May? Nat?
Nothing from the D's at this stage. They're still saying that it's just sore ribs, but we saw him on the Harvey Norman replay and he looked very, very sore.
He did. Caleb Daniel, the unused sub for the Western Bulldogs. Why is he out of the side, Das? I know it's a great side, but you know he was a mainstay for a few years, Caleb.
It's just a good sign, isn't it, that there's a new generation coming through. Lockie Bramble's had a great year coming across from the Hawks. You've had Caulfield step up into another role at half-back with a great user. And so still a quality player. He's been playing great form at VFL, but it's a luxury to have him starting as a sub.
Luke Darcy, Triple M, Seabus, super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off since 84.
Sam Darcy competing well with Max Gore, free kick.
Really interesting red Z from Ash. He's just passed me. If you look at the mids, the Bulldogs have got Bont, Treloar, Liberatore, Richards. Melbourne have got Oliver, Viney, Sparrow, Rivers. 75 collective touches to 44.
It's big numbers.
Yeah, it's nearly double.
Cozzy Pickett finds space where few can. Kick smothered. Bailey Williams elected not to hand pass. Gets himself in a bit of bother. Hooks it round the body. Good contest there trying to get it. Was Monty's Wakefield. Bounced off his chest. Went to free air. Cozzy left it behind. Had a quiet night. Kicked one ripper though. Steps through traffic like few can. Squares it back to Fritcher. Pay him the mark, and they do.
What's Cozzy's night been, Two-Man, so far, please?
Just the 4 disposals, Das. Couple of marks, 1 goal.
They would love to get more impact out of him, mate. Such a bit of side when he's getting more of the footy.
He looks incredibly fit though, Das. He really looks sharp.
He just hasn't been able to find it.
The Fritcher, always good round the sticks. Got the big sort of do quite trim tonight. Almost running the flat top. Is Bailey Fritsch. He's kicked a couple. Deadly within 50. 3 metres inside the boundary. He'll have to work it back immediately across the face with the Fritcher. Through for 1 behind. Melbourne's second behind. They're 6-2-38. 10-13-73. Conversely, what does this do to Melbourne, Chewy? Is this sort of lights out for the season territory?
It's going to be very hard for the D's, Howie, potentially. So if they lose,
big Rory Lobb's gone the barrel. Sorry, Ash,
you didn't get it.
2 games outside the 8, the Demons. You pretty much need 14 wins.
Here's the Geist at centre half forward. He's got an open goal square. He has a look at it. It just needs to bounce for the Geist. And it does almost. Touched on the line by the Demons.
It's a goal.
That's a goal.
That's paranormal. Oh, the way that ball bounced.
Some strange things happened then. Rory Lobb taking the kick out. He's that confident. He's kicking barrels from fullback. It went all the way to Caleb Poulter, and he kicked one from outside 50, and the Dogs lead by 41 points.
It's a set play, so Poulter bolted forward. He knew it was coming. He didn't quite strike the tall big Rory, but they were able to crumb the ball in the middle of the ground, and another quick kick got over the top of the back of the D zone defence. Poulter was there. He had a quick look up. There was nothing coming, so he thought, I've got an open goal square, I can bounce it through. Didn't think it was a particularly good kick off the boot, but it got an A-grade bounce to go through. Absolutely A-grade. There might have been a good shepherd on the goal line too.
Lockie McNeil, I think.
Gets there, and he takes McDonald out of the way. That is brilliant by McNeil.
Big Tom will be happy about that, the way he's doing.
He's having a mare, Tommy.
It's the second time he hasn't got hands on one in the square.
I think Rory Lobb kicking barrels out of fullback. That's a risk appetite.
Quarter time round the grounds, Chew up below.
It is, and the Suns leading the Eagles by 7 points.
Choice Hotels round the grounds. Chewy dominating there. Free kick in the middle. Sparrow, 9:24 on the clock. Dogs lead it by 41. Almost game done here. Big fly from behind the Fritcher. Brings it to ground. Dangerous areas for the Dogs. Cozzy Pickett. Reel up and under. Jones attacks it. Oh, coming in from the side was Melksham doing a great job. And the ball goes nowhere. 28 from the Demons goal.
Great effort from Jake Melksham there to do it. First half, Western Bulldogs 6-13. Third quarter, 5 straight.
Umpire balls it up. Gawn did the ruck work. Viney was there. Crashed in. Got the ball up again.
Thank you. Ball's pinned. Thank you. So do I.
Umpire asked for the football back and balls it up straight away. Gawn did the ruck work again. Give that one to English, to Treloar. Treloar couldn't take it with him. The Demons run into each other, but they get it back to Moniz Wakefield, who kicks an inside-out barrel, and Karmas, you hear the crowd. They love it every time he gets it. Feeds it out to the former Hawk in Bramble. And Bramble sees something he likes in the middle. Bontempelli, why not? Possession number, Ash.
27.
And he's at half-back on the point of the square. Just slows it down a bit.
Off to Bramble. Driving ball forward. Darcy contested on Tom McDonald.
Oh, no.
Who didn't think it was a mark, and he blows up again.
He's going to go home and chuck a couple of cows on the barbie, Tom.
He's not happy. He's had a tough night. Premiership player, and a lot of love for him, but he's had a tough night. So, Sam Darcy from 55.
He's still muttering under his...
Has he got this in him, big fellas?
This would take his absolute best. Howie might be just out of his range, potentially.
Done his dead-eye dictatorial style archery approach that he has. Drifts out to the right. Sam hits it nicely in the length. Likes to punch it into the square, and it's rushed through from behind. 11-14-80. They're 6-2-38 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical with the Aussie home.
This is one of those days, Howie, where you just wish Tommy McDonald's mic'd up. You know how they've done that with some players? If he was mic'd up tonight, it'd be the most compulsive listening you've ever heard.
It'd be a Netflix special.
It'd be like a Rodney Rood tape.
Yep.
The Demons bring it back in. The Snake tried to get a ride. Couldn't do it. Neil Bullen picked it up, got runners on the inside in Viney. Another one to Thulstrup. Right foot, that's a nice one to Chandler. Chandler's got Fritsch out the back, just needs to look up and get it to him. He's got other ones running as well, and Rivers did running well, and Rivers finishes the job. End-to-end stuff from the Demons. You don't often see a coast-to-coast goal, but they get one back, and it's a 36-point margin. 80 plays 44. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, Beacon Trade, everything lighting electrical for the Aussie home.
Yeah, just good hard running. That's what Melbourne's game's been based on, winning it back in defence and then getting their runners forward. Trent Rivers has had some really good weeks. Played the Petrarca role. He's had some great patches in the midfield. That's put him back to half-back in the last couple of weeks to get a bit of touch back and a bit of form. But I think they've found a player in Rivers who can be an elite midfielder and kick goals as well. Good hard running. They just sliced open the Bulldogs' zone defence there.
I can't believe you just handed me that, Ash. You give me a red Z, a personal best, an equal personal best for Tom McDonald tonight.
Which is?
7 clangers.
Oh.
That's Ash being mischievous.
That's Chewy.
That's negative.
That's what he learned from Dennis Pagan.
So if we still had the 1, 2, 3 worst on, Tommy would be in line.
He would. He's been entertaining though.
He's played with passion.
Yep.
I still think we should bring that back.
Gone.
No.
So what is Wakefield? Run down from behind. Dogs dominating now.
Feedback's a gift, Chief.
This could blow out to a 60 or 70 pointer the way the Dogs look at the moment. It's currently 36. They seem to have the answers. Trelaw, the Geist. Left foot, hopeful. Darcy fisted away from him. Falls to ground to Doc Duray. Picks it up nicely in front of Maxi Gawn. Riley West.
Loves a goal.
Floats it to Bontempelli. He's down the champ. He's back up again. Dogs keep it 30 from their attack goal. Here's the two-man Triple M Red Z. Red Z lending loans to the self-employed. REDZED.com.
So for the Bulldogs, the last 3 weeks they're scoring more from turnover. Tonight they're going at 73% of their scores from turnover, which is 17 above the league average.
Garcia steps in and out of trouble, but that's holding the ball. Good tackle by Bowie.
Stand.
Still 6 minutes 30 to go in this quarter. The Dogs have kicked 5 goals to 2.
Stand.
Now to Tom McDonald. That's a better kick.
Stand.
Might have been 2. Got the ball to half back. Petty, slow ball, long ball down the line. Van Rooyen sets himself, couldn't mark it. Fritsch heard the call out the back to Chandler. It'll be a block. Free kick to go to the Western Bulldogs. Liam Jones.
So it's Bailey Fritsch who got the free kick paid against. They've put a lot of body work on. Jake Melksham's done it a few times fairly and got away with it. On that occasion, Bailey Fritsch maybe just a little overzealous on the block.
Darcy in the contest. Does really well. Claims the mark. Beats Max Gordon in the one-on-one. Who he's a good kick to. Slides it forward to English.
Now that's clever. That's a really clever kick from Sam Darcy. The man that he outmarked was Max Gawn. That's the opposition's ruckman. Tim English pushes forward. So you know he's got a mismatch even if there's anyone near him. In the end, he was actually pretty much in a bit of space. But it was just a really clever spot from Darcy to find English running forward. He's had 1 goal kicked on him by Max. He's got to get one back.
The AFL's most polite footballer, Tim English. 38. No angle. For a game-high lead. Starts it right. Just lean back on it, Tim.
Could have kicked a couple tonight.
11-15-81 to 7-2-44. Footscray up by 37 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. You got 5 in change till 3/4 time. Choice Hotels around the grounds. It's 21-14 starting the second term. They're the way of the Gold Coast.
Footscray. Comfortable lead. One of the highlights of tonight was the Chief doing a Franco Cozzo impersonation. We might turn that around for you and have another listen at some point.
That or his description of 3-on-3 basketball.
Bailey Fritsch took a juggler one-hander inside forward 50. It's a good kick to Van Rooyen. And Van Rooyen marks it just inside the pocket.
So they just keep hanging around. This gets it back to basically 5 goals if you can kick this.
So Van Rooyen, one of the elite kicks of the game. That was nice by Bailey Fritsch on the Harvey Norman replay.
And you don't see that too often, Brownie, contested marks against Liam Jones.
Nah. So Van Rooyen shaping up for the snap. Got a bit of sizzle about him, this man. Van Rooyen runs around, right foot snap, brings it back, and he kicks the goal for the Demons. A badly needed one back to 31 points.
So again at the other end, there's a Tim English miss. puts the pressure just back on. Melbourne go back. They're 8-2, 11-15 to 8-2, and you would think, 26 scoring shots to 10, it's game over with 4 minutes to go to three-quarter time, and it's not. Adam Treloar becomes the 35th player in VFL AFL history to have 7,000 disposals. What's he up to, please, Two-Man?
Yeah, 21 along with 2 majors and 8 score involvements.
And Two-Man, bring that up in game 250 compared to the other 36. Where does that sort of stack up as how long it's taken him to get there?
Yep, come back to you very shortly, Howie.
Sounds like a major research project, to be honest, Chewy.
My body language wasn't overly positive, was it?
No, it wasn't. For Maccas and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
Score review. Score review. Did it clip the post? Maybe the Arcs found something here.
Well, they're not reviewing if they haven't found something, Chief.
There is a spike. Let off for the Dogs. But that's exactly how it's supposed to work.
Correct.
Review the goal as it's going back into the centre, and then before the umpire bounces, say we've got a problem. And that's exactly what they've done. That's the way it should work.
It's blotted the copybook. You have to cross your name of Van Rooyen out if you're into the writing it in the record. So it is a 36-point margin the way of the Western Bulldogs. What's happening around the grounds, Chewy? Choice Hotels?
It's the Suns, Howie, by 9 points, 3-5 to the Eagles 2-2 early into the second.
Well, they've not won a game away from home, including their Darwin games.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Howie.
Wow.
Play on. You. Me.
Oh, gee. Just turning it straight over is Norton.
Play on.
Kicked it straight to Rivers, who split it to the side.
Stand. Play on.
McVee, accomplished young footballer.
Play on.
Now Turner nearly lost his head. Sends it deep to Van Rooyen. English. Good contested mark. Backed himself, Timmy, in front of the forward and marked 30 out from his defensive goal. 81-45. The way of Footscray. 3:26 to go. The Dogs were 6-13 at half-time. They're now 11-15.
And that's Tim English at his best for mine. He's a great aerobic athlete. He can cover some ground. When he stands under marks and helps his defence and gets back like that, he's incredibly valuable.
Giray looks for Bontempelli. Can't mark it to the front of the pack was Waitman. Treloar been everywhere. Chips the ball. He's got Jamara on. Jamara looks up. Riley West loves the goal. The lead comes. And it's intercepted. Well done by the Demons. They got back in numbers. And here's Woden at half-back.
Sorry, Brand. He had Norton, he had players streaming down the corridor at Jamara, and he just had a bit of tunnel vision there. He only looked to the near side, and Melbourne was stacked down that part of the ground.
Woden looks for Gawn, but standing in the way was Giray.
Well done, Bailey Dale. Got in between Giray and Gawn. Stopped him coming over the top.
Bailey Dale's numbers, Ash?
Triple M Red Zed lending 22 touches.
Just finds it, doesn't he?
Not bad. Might be an All-Australian for someone who was subbed earlier on in the season. Bailey Dale inside forward 50 for the Dogs at ground level. Jamara went without it. English had one bite too. He got tackled to the ground, the big boy. Let the ball up, Ash.
And Brownie, since he was subbed, that was back in round 5. He's been the third-rated player at the Bulldogs, averaging 28 disposals at 81% efficiency.
Melbourne had 9 of the last 10 clearances, but they trail by 6 goals. Dogs further pressing. Waitman gets a small gap. There's Cody. Too much hook on the snap. Couldn't quite manage his third. 11-16-82 to Melbourne. 7-3-45. The way the Footscray Football Club. 2 to go. Third term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Choice Hotels around the ground. Gold Coast lead the West Coast 23-14. Early stages second term there.
Lake Howes went wide to the outer side and the ball's now out of bounds.
Tom McDonald again. He spent half his night with his hands in the air pleading for just something his way, Chief.
And a few words escaped the lips as well. He's been so entertaining tonight.
He's worked hard. Boundary throw and outer side. Gawn laid it down looking for Rivers. Rivers did well. The pressure was coming, but it went straight back to Poulter. Or as Harry likes to call him, the Geist. Into the pocket, the ball out of bounds with Jamar, the boundary throw in 1 minute 39 to go in this third term, and the Dogs, they lead comfortably by 37 points.
The Dogs by 24 at quarter time, 18 at half time. As Noodles just said, a 37-point lead to Footscray. Two-man on the live ladder's got them in 4th at the moment. We see a lot of games to come. Jamara, 2 goals 4, make that 2 goals 5. Tamara, 11-17 to 7-3. Footscray up by 37 points.
Saw the great Brad Johnson at the back getting a little party pie at half time, and he said his phone has lit up. He has been bombarded with feedback on the goal-kicking performance.
Neil Bullen couldn't mark it. Richards doing his best to keep him away from McNeil. Free kick will go to the Dogs.
He had Eddie Betts down there last week. I don't know if you saw the clip on the Bulldogs social.
I did.
Yeah.
The most incredible kick I think I've ever seen through a doorway.
And he asked before he kicked it, is the door open? So sight unseen, and then dribbled it about 55 metres.
There was a funny little sort of torp kick as well.
McNeil in from the side goes Norton. Almost took mark of the year. And then he wraps up a tackle with Viney.
Straight up.
Jack Viney, please, shoeman.
Could have been mark of the year, that one.
Jack Viney, only 8 disposals to ask for the game.
Well, it's a good lead from Norton. He got the second lift off Gawn.
We're lucky it wasn't mark of the year because I was banging on about Eddie Betts' goal. It would have been a chief. It's coming back.
We'll have to recall it.
Does that happen?
Well, I think it has before.
Who's done that?
I don't know.
Sound like you know more than you're letting on, though. Recall of marks.
Wow.
Jeez. Could be a story.
Sparrow. Kicked a couple.
Gone with my big story tonight. Didn't work out.
Neil Bullen pokes it into the pocket. And he's got T-Mac on the lead. Deserves a goal here, Tommy Mac. He's provided entertainment and passion tonight. He's always got his way.
I like this, Harry. They've swung him forward.
Yep.
We know he can play at both ends. They've had trouble down back, and he's got himself in a little bit of trouble at times. Been frustrated with umpires' decisions, but he gets a chance here to just give him a sniff at three-quarter time.
Just to bring it back to 32 points. Looks to be a bridge too far, but this will be good for Tommy McDonald. Premiership player with his football club. 3 metres inside the boundary. Oh, he might have kicked it out on the full. He doesn't say anything.
Score review.
He gets a tap from his teammates.
Another clanger. That's his 8th clanger, a career high for Tom McDonald.
We're going to a score review. We saw the brilliance of the score review.
Review underway.
To prevent the last goal with the touch. It's these ones that can just slow things down a touch. It's whether it's a behind or out in the full. Looked out in the full from the naked eye.
You won't be able to tell. The ball will be too high.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, the ball crosses the scoring line outside the behind post.
No score.
Decision on scoreboard.
Three-quarter time here. The Dogs lead at 11-17-83. Seemingly headed for another win to Melbourne 7-3-45. Season in the balance. Footscray led by 38 points at three-quarter time. McDonald's Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Football.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink for $6.95.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsaver's advanced hearing technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Installery.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in store dedicated to you and your trade. whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Dogs by 24 at quarter time, 18 at half time, three-quarter time inaccurate, but effective 11-17-83 to Melbourne 7-3-45 by 38 points. Footscray, Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy three, get one free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. The star that is Nat Ioannidis.
Howie, the Bulldogs have put in the paperwork for their sub at three-quarter time, so Caleb Daniel's going to be coming on for Tom Liberatore. It is tactical, so there is no issue. In fact, I don't think that Tom Liberatore even knows yet. He's in the huddle at the moment, so he's about to be given the jumper and will be sitting this final term out. Also, just waiting. We still haven't seen Stephen May re-emerge from the rooms. Have a feeling he may have gone to hospital. Still to get confirmation from the club, though. They are saying that he's got sore ribs.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Nat. Spot on as always. Triple M Red Z Lenders. Red Z Lending loans to the self-employed, REDZED.com. Earlier in the season, he was crunched by Marbior Chol in the similar region, Steve May. We've just seen a shot of him, as you said, Nat, just being wheeled into the ambulance. Not in a great deal of distress, which is good, but off to hospital, which is not good. Chewy, Red Z Lenders.
Top two ranked players, Bont, 28 touches, 2 majors. Trelaw, 22 disposals and 2 majors.
Jason Dunstall and Luke Darcy with the Triple M Seabus Supers.
Been completely dominant, the Bullies. So much so they have the luxury of resting Liberatore. The only thing they haven't done really is dominate on the scoreboard. It should be 60 points minimum.
Could be at the end of it. Gorn, Viney, stopped from getting the footy. Langdon wobbles it inside 50 away from Fridge. Well done, Bailey Dale picked it up, ran away from his man Tholstrup.
That is a high-level kick, that from Bailey Dale, how he's running in the wrong direction at full speed, picked it up and was able to hack a non-preferred kick around his body and find the target. Elite.
Does he go with Sonny Garcia or Sergio?
Sonny.
Sonny Garcia it is. Great Hawaiian surfer and tough man. Bailey Williams out of side.
Play on.
Plays on. Thought about giving it back to the other Bailey, but didn't. Big pack.
Play on.
Away from Lever. Sam Darcy does well. Picks it up to Bontempelli. Gee, that's a clever kick. He hits the target just away from Vandermeer. Cozzy provides a bit of body. Lever under pressure. Hand pass gets away from him. Just opens up for Richards. And parted like the proverbial sea. And Ed's on the board now. Footscray 12-17-89. This could turn into a percentage booster. Demon 7-3-45, out to a game high, Chewy, 44 points. That is all on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off road and off grid longer with a
luxurious
Titanium Caravan.
All too easy in the end. There was a ground ball up for grabs and everyone ran away from it. I think Jake Lever got his hands on the ball, and Aaron hand passed the space, and then once it was picked up by Ed Richards, he started to dodge and weave. Then he thought, there's actually no one here putting any pressure on me, so I'll just straighten up and kick a nice little drop punt from 20 metres. It was a good centre ball again from Bonapelli. He pulls it 20-25 metres out in front of goal. So yeah, an errant hand pass from Lever, and then he can't believe his luck. Richards, he can't believe how much space there is.
It's the voice of the Chief on Triple M Footy. Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments. Making hard work pay off since 1985. Back in the middle, Oliver. Hasn't had a lot of it. Here's Langdon. Received the handball, went with the right foot. Kick was okay, but Bailey Dale just read it best and got it out to Carmas, who's mowed down. Well done by McDonald. He might have had a lot of clangers, but he's had a crack.
Yeah, look, never doubt the effort. Tom McDonald, as you said before, he plays with passion. He's had a red-hot go.
There's been a few out there that maybe you could question that area tonight, Chief, but McDonald's not one of them, and he squares the footy up to Max Gawn, who'll kick from 55.
Yeah, he's sitting up on the 50-metre arc, and English let him go. Tim English went down to the goal square. You better hope that Max doesn't bomb it over his head.
Big kick of the footy, didn't quite make the distance in the second term. He arcs around, not going to make the distance again. English couldn't mark it, and the ball is out of bounds in the pocket. Jasper's already posted the clanger I had with Polter and his ex-girlfriend, and the first comment was pretty funny. It said, "This is even funnier looking how flat Cameron Ling looks in the next box."
It's a bit of a drive-by. For the Bulldogs on the bench and in the crowd having a look. Oh no, it doesn't get away from Tommy McDonald again, does it? No, just threw for a behind.
It's a horror bounce though, Melbourne's night.
It really was. It was Viney with the snap for goal. Jack McRae on the sidelines. Is he injured, Darce, Jack McRae?
No, he's an emergency for game tonight, Jack McRae.
Wrong time to be out of this side.
Bailey Dale, the give and get.
Oh, they're out here.
And then they screw it out towards Garcia, who's got some space. He looks for Poulter, or as Harry likes to call him,
the Geist.
Inside forward 50, could have been a free kick, and it was to Darcy. Vandermeer takes the advantage. Top of the square to Norton. Good movement by the Dogs. Jamara are very happy at the back, clapping. And Aaron Norton, who kicked the first goal of the night, will go back for his second.
Team's going all right when Caleb Daniel is your sub and Jack McRae's an emergency, I would have thought, mate.
Absolutely. Good timing for the Dogs. Aaron Norton with a Terry Weller-style headband.
Jake.
He'll kick from 15 metres out directly in front for his second. And the Dogs get their second of the last quarter. And they've kicked 4 of the last 5. And it's a big lead, Ash, game high.
Game high, Brownie, 49 points.
Two-man just had me a stat a moment ago. Before that goal, the Bulldogs have scored 9-8-62 from turnover in Melbourne, 1-1-7. And sides, they love that stat, Chief. Love being able to win the ball over in a contest and then punish sides the other way. And at times, the Bulldogs have done that to great effect tonight.
Yeah, it's been a powerful performance. This is a team that is growing. In the last 4, 5, 6 weeks for the Bullies, they are coming good at the right team of the year.
Remont Waterbuilt, tough Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install or arrange. The Bob Jane team arts have always got great buy 3 get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. You need tyres, just ring up Bob Jane, they'll sort you right out.
It'll be hard to stop if they get top 4, the Bullies.
Oof. Oh, gee, they're coming with some momentum.
Yep.
Who have they got over the next few weeks, Chewy, when you get an opportunity? In fact, we've got an opportunity now.
They play Adelaide, that's at the Adelaide Oval, followed by North Melbourne at Marvel and the Giants at Mars Stadium, Ballarat.
A couple of good, oh, gee.
There could be 3 wins to finish. So they might just march all the way in the top 2.
Caulfield. Drop punt out of his defensive zone and will come back shortly because it lands in the hands of Tajwai Woden. He goes short into the pocket. Neil Bullen, premiership player, unheralded, does a job every week. Little low, Pearcer sets it up for Maxi. Tom McDonald, good contest at the back. Rory Lobb steps through traffic. Duray, Dale, by hand, English, little chipper looking for Treloar, but just popping in, taking a good mark is Taji Wowoden.
Shouldn't finesse in the defensive 50, Ruckman. Went for a clever little chip kick over the top, turned it over. He's had a good night. Tim English. It's been a good battle here, Max Gawn. truth be told. But he just bit off a little more than he could chew there.
Match 19, he's kicked 2 goals, 3 has Taj. Aquinas College in the west. This is from 45-degree angle, 30 out, strikes it really nicely. He's got the goal. Well done, Taji Wowoden. Melbourne get their 8. They're 8-4-52. Footscray 13-7-95. 43-point leaders on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off road and off grid for longer with luxurious Titanium Caravan.
What's his nickname, Howie?
Taji Boy.
Yeah, Mahal, is it?
Good, Chief.
Got to come up with something for
yes,
Boy. Look, that. He's been exposed a bit in the midfield tonight, so an opportunity for him against the cream of the crop, the Western Bulldogs midfield. So really good for him to get more games under his belt. And just took a good little intercept mark there. He read the kick off English's boot, got in front of Treloar, took the mark, and most importantly, able to go back and convert from the set shot, which they've been good at tonight, the D's.
It's a good lookalike for his dad, isn't he, Taj?
Yep, just needs to put some blonde tints in the hair.
Yeah, you'd swear it's his dad, Shane.
He goes by Wowie.
Got to be Maham.
I like Maham.
Yeah.
So the ball up in the middle. Ball underneath the pack, and the umpire's going to ball this one up again.
Or to keep the theme going. Howie, could be Burrows.
Yes.
You love your surfers, don't you?
We do.
Choice Hotels around the grounds.
It's the Suns by 17 points over the Eagles, under 6 to go before half-time.
Here's Van Rooyen in the middle, having a go in the ruck. Lob from the side. Takes a nice mark, and they love him now, the Dogs. They couldn't stand him 7 weeks ago, and he's a hero. Playing some great football at the moment. And a great move by the coach, Beveridge, to put him back there, and that's going to be holding the ball. Free kick.
Great tackle from Alex Neil-Bullen there. Just stood up Caulfield in the one motion. He's one of their great consistent performers, Alex Neil-Bullen.
He chips it inside forward 50, but the mark taken. Well done by Tim English.
A couple of times we've seen him tonight, Duke, when there's been a turnover further afield. He's been the one working back to provide the cover, and he's taken the intercept mark.
Bailey Dale out to Treloar, game 250. Numbers, Chewy, Red Z.
26 and 2 majors.
Red Z lending loans to the self-employed, REDZED.com. Little squeezer down the line. Into the hands of Vandermeer. He's got the bond. Oh, just a tasty turn on a frutny bit, as they would say, to Darcy. Fisted away from him, comes for second acceptances. Good tackle by Riley West. What about the work out there at Bontempelli? Tight on the boundary, just sort of pirouetted around an opponent. Like he was in Swan Lake.
The man who rolls like a Royce. Ball up. Dogs 10 metres out. Darcy. Tackled, ball up.
Hold the meter, please, Jacob.
Gives it back to the umpire quickly, and the umpire gets it up in the air quickly. Bouncing ball coming through is Jamara. He's tackled to the ground. And the Chief saw something he oohed about.
Sam, hold the meter.
No, it wasn't me. Who would?
It was me. I just was checking his head didn't get slammed into the turf. He's okay.
Waitman steps through, and then he's tackled by Disco Turner. We'll have another ball up. That's 4 in a row.
Tim's coming. Tim's coming. English is there. Here's the hook.
Just trying to decide the ruckman. In the end, it's Darcy. He does well. Sam grabs it out of the contest. Viney.
Yes.
High ball towards the lobster. Gets a fist on it. Here they come. Neil-Bullen takes a bounce. He's away, Alex Neil-Bullen. He's got Langdon now. Cozzy, if he can get the bounce, picks it up. Cozzy from 50. It's a low slider. It's all about the bounce. Put it in your book. Cozzy gets his second quiet night. Deadly around goal, Kay Pickett. 9-4-58 Melbourne. Just fluffing up the scoreboard a touch late to Footscray 13-17-95. 37-point margin in the way of Footscray. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard, and a couple of dog supporters just giving it to each other on the Harvey Norman. Harvey Norman. Unbeatable deals on LG. Big savings on selected TVs, fridges and washers. Plus bonus gift cards. Harvey Norman. Best brands, best range, best prices. Guaranteed.
Where's he at? Cozzy Pickett at the moment, Chief. He's such a dynamic player, and we've seen him tear games apart. He's done that a couple of times this year, but just had to be a little bit of a quiet patch.
Yeah, different stages. He's still incredibly dangerous. Comes in for a lot of centre bounces. They look for him to have impact at those centre square clearances. But what we do know is he can finish. And that was a beautiful strike. The moment he hit it, he knew it was going through.
He's got 2 tonight. Bailey Fritsch with 2 as well. McDonald's Remont Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. The ball not really going anywhere in the middle of the ground. And the jar's free. Caleb Daniel ran after it, couldn't quite get it. Choice Hotels around the grounds.
We've got the Suns leading the Eagles by 11 points, 3:40 to go before half-time.
English tapped it down. Riley West having a run through the middle. Richards tackling Viney. Shrugged off both tacklers, but only as far as Bramble, who sets it wide. And Vandermeer a race with Lever just inside the boundary line. Underground ball to Poulter. Poulter back to Vandermeer. Played it nicely, but the Demons win out with numbers to McVie. Chandler under pressure. They're all under pressure at the moment. The ball's out of bounds on centre wing.
The Macca's Marine Motwater, Triple M Rocks footy. You got Jason Dunster and Nathan Brown. Alongside Luke Darcy with the Triple M Seabus Super. Seabus Supermarket, hard work path since 1984. Are you saying this is it for the season for the Demons, Stu?
Yeah, they're in trouble because I think 14 wins is probably what you need this year to get inside the 8, Howie.
Right.
Melbourne are currently on 10.
10.
Yep.
Okay. Trouble. Play on. Centre wing, contested ball, right on the Howie Games logo, and the ball will be tossed up.
Sponsoring the Marvel Stadium, Howie, eh?
Just chipping a bit in with the podcast, giving a bit back. Out of the middle. Fisted away and getting a clear was McVie. Now the Dogs loading up again through Bramble to Poltergeist. Left foot to Waitman. Really got him going early, but Mad Maxi Gawn's there to mop up.
What's Maxi had, please, Jim, man?
Max Gawn, 17 disposals, 9 marks, 1 major, and 38 hitouts.
And English?
Yeah, Tim English, 24 hitouts, Chief, along with the Triple M Red Z lending stats, 15 touches.
Sam Darcy marks it on centre wing and centres the ball to Bailey Dale, who pumps it towards Jamara. Elevates himself. The ball got out the back. Ran underneath the Jamara. And now the ball is out of bounds on the outer side.
Just to shuffle their team around Melbourne with Stephen May on his way to hospital, as Nat Yanidis told us a while ago. Hope that's not too serious with potential rib injury. So Harrison Petty's gone back and played down in defence. Tom McDonald's gone forward. Disco Turner's gone back into defence as well for Melbourne. So a bit of a shuffle for the D's.
Max Gawn takes it out of the ruck, feeds it off to the running man Langdon, who's mowed down by Bailey Williams. Good battle on the wing by those two.
Immediately after this, we go to Dan Leach, Tommy Atkinson, Ryan Daniels, Andrew Embley and Xavier Ellis for the Gold Coast, West Coast. Very much, pretty much straight after the siren, so you don't miss any footy over there. The ball goes across the line on the outer side.
Max and Sam down the wing.
Footscray take on the Crows in Adelaide, and the Dogs at Marble, then the Giants, who we're looking forward to their trip to Ballarat. 37-point lead to Footscray here. 24 at quarter time, 18 at half time, 38 at three-quarter time. Apart from inaccuracy, they really would have racked up big numbers. 13-17 they've kicked. Outer side ball in the hands of Caleb Daniel. Good user. Round the corner, kick is clever to Jamara. Drops the mark. Could have been anything tonight. Was it kick 2-5?
2-5, Howie.
Right foot ball towards Waitman. Norton fisted away. Dangerous areas. Falls to the ground. Bouncing. Now would have got the defenders back there. They mop up to Bowie. Outside of the football was pretty clever. A couple of Demons wait for it. One was the Fritcher.
So the Fritch got some time to McVie. McVie stepped around lob nicely to the Snake Melksham. Feeds the handball back to Fritch. They're mucking around with it here, but they've found a way out to McVie. McVie, right foot to half forward. Getting back is Jones. Got his name written on this one and takes a good mark. That's why they'll muck around with the football, because the Dogs had good representation behind the football, and he looks for Rory Lobb. Got a runner in Bailey Dale, who chips it to Poulter. Poulter's numbers, Ash. I feel like I've been talking about him a fair bit.
Yeah, 23 Brownie, which is a PB for him.
It's a good night for the Geist. And he pumps one inside forward 50, looking for Jamara. Couldn't mark it at ground level. Riley West loves a goal. So too does Waitman. Waitman socks it off the ground. Jamara got cleaned up. And the ball hits the behind post on a boundary throw in.
Good commitment there from Jamara, isn't it? We're into the last...
Surely we don't need a review for this. Everyone saw it hit the behind post.
That's right, Chief.
Umpire's call is a
throw inside of the behind post.
It didn't go over into the behinds first.
Get it flush in the middle.
Yeah, the boundary umpire saw it. He was right there.
Strikes the behind post.
He blows his whistle.
Decision on scoreboard.
But the goal umpire, for some reason, calls for a review.
Just keep that meter, Sam. Thank you.
I blame Tunnicliffe for this.
Yeah, it's Snork's fault.
Cashing in somehow, how we haven't quite worked it out. But
I think he's working on putting a chip in the football too, the old Tunners. I think that's his department.
Disappointed with him tonight.
Been slow.
Riley West can't get through. It's been a long-term project, the chip in the ball.
Talking about that for years, Howard.
They have. It's coming, but...
Just feels like a rot somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Might work it out.
Well, it sounds like a 4-week job that is extended for 6 years. Like the Victorian roadwork situation. Chance back to Ugle-Hagan. 2 goals, 5. Jamara with a reel up the spout style ball. Tough one to mark. Darcy! Oh, the young man! Just stretched his hands up. He's a lanky customer. And he marked above them all. And he'll line up. He's going to go around the corner. I know you say Darcy's got to get back from the man on the mark.
On the left foot, Duke.
Yep.
He'd want to kick this or he gets a pasting.
This for a bit of sizzle for the young man.
Not sure the left foot snaps the go, Howie.
Could be a cutaway to the comedy box
yes.
if he kicks it on the left. Fist pump says to Dad, I can do it. He's a star, the young man. He kicks his first. Good for footy, the father-son. 14-17, 101, 9-4-58. Footscray back out to a 43-pointer. And that, Chiefy, you've kicked 12.54 off. That was top shelf material.
It was a good snap, but it was a really good mark too. It ended up being the perfect kick for him. So it's a high up and under from Jamara Ugle-Hagan. But no one had a run and jump. And he was able to stand tallest, put the big periscopes up. And he was taking it at a point that no one else could get near. And I was debating the finish. I would have thought a drop punt from there, 45-degree angle, 25 metres out would have been the go, but he decided left foot round the corner and did it very, very comfortably. So he's obviously capable on both feet. Must have got that from Mum as well.
So the Dogs get one back. It's 3-2 in this last quarter in favour of the Dogs. Tholstrup having a run in the middle. Handball to Oliver, to Rivers. Some fancy footwork, and he got it back to Tholstrup, who could go from 52. The young man to the top of the square, and the ball gets out the back and through for a rush behind. Tom McDonald unhappy again.
Jacob.
59 plays 101. 8 minutes 41 to go. Choice Hotels around the grounds.
It's half-time, Brownie. The Suns 8-7-55, leading the Eagles by 17 points, 6-2-38.
Caleb Daniel. Nice little ball hit. Bailey Williams. Beautiful little kick.
What's he had, Bailey Williams, Ash?
Bailey Williams, 15 disposals and a major.
Just consistent, isn't he?
Play on.
Gives it a good old hoof down the city side wing to a contest. Oh, Kamara! Hang time. Nice grab over the top of Penny. He looks confident when he's going for the ball in the air. I said it could have been anything tonight. He's kicked 2-5. Could easily have 6. And he hits his man Norton, who nearly takes out a photographer. If he wants to kick, he'll have to kick it from the arc of the 50 meeting the boundary on the outer side. He'll take his best effort, the number 33.
With the white chair.
He's got to move the white chair.
But you can't make him kick off 4 steps. You've got to give him a long enough run up to actually kick the footy.
He's wedged in against the LED lighting and goes for a little short ball to the patient. Nice grab by Timmy. 45 angle, 3 metres inside. And Timmy English will line up.
Clever kick, really good lead too.
This guy's clear the area.
And he's going to go around the corner. This is what they all do. You always worry when a ruckman does it though.
The English patient.
No.
Great films, mate. Working on Chief. Hooks it round the body. There's Timmy. He kicks a major. Oh, and he's got a little celebration too. I like it.
Colton, get to your starting.
Footscray at Bellingham now. Melbourne 9-5-59. The Western Bulldogs 15-7, 107. Titanic Caravan score. What do you think about the patient name?
Yeah, it was interesting. Jono's obviously been doing a lot of goal kicking down there. Maybe he's got them confident with their round the corners and their bananas. That's been their best finishes tonight, the Bulldogs. Not the set shots by drop punt, but their snap shots have been very good. But that's the one that he wanted because Gawn kicked one on him early in the game. He was desperate to get that back, missed a couple of opportunities and a little celebration. Don't know what that is. All wrapped up with a little bow tie.
I think that's what it was.
It's weird.
Yeah, really nerdy sort of celebration, wasn't it? Just a bit of Poindexter about him.
The Bulldogs' 11 wins this year have been by an average winning margin of 45 points, which is the highest in the comp. Margin, as we speak, 48.
Wow.
And the patient. In the
You
ruck.
like it. You know you like it.
As I like to call him, the tall version of Bill Clinton. Bouncing ball to half forward. Tholstrup having a run in the middle. A couple of clearances since he's gone in there. I'd like to see McVie go in there as well for the Demons.
Max coming up. Max.
Umpire's going to ball this one up. Gawn and English. One by an English to Treloar. They go backwards to Caulfield. Wasn't his best effort, but eventually almost got to someone he liked. And the ball goes out of bounds on centre wing.
G-Man, what's the Bont had tonight?
The Bont, Howie, 31 disposals, 15 score involvements, 2 majors.
How many best and fairest he won? How many? Is the Charlie Sutton medal? Look.
He's a 6-timer, 5 times.
5 times.
Marcus Bontempelli.
So is Scotty West a 7-timer?
7-timer.
Gary Dempsey, 6-timer.
Okay.
And the Duke?
Robbed of a couple, Chief, but did win the one.
Excuse my ignorance, is it the Charlie Sutton?
Charlie Sutton medal it is.
The biggest hands you'll ever see, Charlie Sutton.
Yeah. There's a great video compilation of him before the game tonight on the big screens here at Marvel. Did you spend any time with him, Daz?
Yeah, lovely man, Charlie. He used to be at training on a weekly basis, Howie. For first 10 or so years I was there, just a wonderful person.
Footscray based?
Based in Altona, Charlie.
Okay.
Yep, where he grew up, lived there his whole life.
Bailey Williams with a high ball inside 50. Jamara! You just see him coming now, Chief, and you know he's going to take the mark. He's 3 deep.
He's leaping with confidence, isn't he? So he's going to kick this from 40 out, and he's going around the corner as well.
He is becoming one of the most exciting players in the competition, this man. He's kicked 2 goals, 5. Round the corner, he's kicked 2 goals, 6.
Jono's got to have a spell. he's made the drop punt redundant at the Bulldogs. That's a good leap, though. Good leap and mark. His timing's been good. The last couple of big grabs he's taken, he's coming just at the back of everyone else who've gone a little bit early.
108 plays 59. 5.5 to go on this one. To the outer side, the Demons go. Haven't been able to build much tonight. Closest they got was when Fritsch kicked the goals before half-time and got to 16 points, but since then it's been the Dogs dominating. Half-time around the grounds, Ash.
Certainly is, Brownie, and we've got the Suns leading by 17 points over the Eagles.
Scary part of this game here is what the score could have been. If the Dogs had have converted, I mean, this could be approaching 80, 90, 100 points. That's how dominant it's been.
Ball's out of bounds on the outer side, a bit of push and shove. McNeil and also Oliver. Treloar on his knees, fed it backwards to Caleb Daniel. Left foot, and then a good mark, and he got Garcia. Oliver made him earn it. Garcia gets up slowly just to let him know he's got the ball. And there's a blue just below us. We'll keep an eye on that, Howie, and I'll keep an eye on the football. The ball split wide. Here's McDonald. Been having a good crack, McDonald. McDonald, short ball. Pickett runs and carries. Back inboard. Looking for Fritsch, and Fritsch takes the mark. Into the pocket, straight to Liam Jones.
Security sorting things out quickly and
you don't see too often at the footy, Howard. You don't want to see
Nor
it.
do you want to.
Well, one bloke staying and one bloke's being escorted out.
Well, the Lobster takes a good mark off half-back. What's his numbers tonight, Big Raw?
Rory Lobb, 18 disposals, Howie, 4 marks, 100% by foot.
What a turnaround it is. He hits Norton. Good effort by Norton at ground level. Spills out to Bailey Dale to Bailey Williams, so it's a double Baileys. They can't get the triple because Smith's not there. And he might get a free kick here, one of the Baileys. And he will, it's Dale. He's got one high from the Fritcher. So this one's done. 49-point margin. Just under 4 minutes on the clock. Down to Bontempelli. Dishes to Bailey Williams. High ball. Where's Waitman? Get him out the back. Come on, Cody. It's run away by Turner. Hopeful kick out of defence. It'll land with Caulfield. Bashes it away towards McNeil. Bowie comes, looks for the line. Just keeps it in to Langdon, who dumps it out on the full.
It's the ball on the outer side. Just winding down now. 3 minutes to go. The Dogs in complete control. 108 plays 59. To half forward. Ball got out the back. Bowie, been one of the Demons' best tonight in a pretty ordinary display by the Demons, and the ball's out of bounds on the outer side.
What's he had, Bowie, too?
Yeah, 21 touches. He's used it well by foot. 15 kicks at 80%.
A boundary throw-in just outside. Sorry, Duke.
Sorry, 33,000 their crowd, Nate, which pretty good turn up on a Friday night.
And they're seeing the Dogs play some nice football. Sparrow fell over, handballed it straight back to Garcia. High ball, top of the square. Dogs with numbers, but Disco Turner got in the front and took a nice mark.
It's the second biggest home and away crowd between these two sides at Marvel Stadium, does.
Good work, Huey. Spread to the outer side by the Demon defence. English nearly claimed the mark. Tholstrup off hands and knees. Viney scoops it out the back. Treloar having a great game in 250. He's having a great season. Now Van Rooyen sends it forward. Lobs there. The Fritcher! Out the back goes Tommy McDonald. But he can't believe it. Tommy can't believe it because someone's infringed.
Did you see him ping the ball back?
Oh, the Fritchie got in the back of Rory Lobb and they took it off Tommy. He wasn't happy, Chief.
He's been absolutely reamed by the umpires, hasn't he?
Squeezed the air
Poor
out of
fella.
Jared. We shouldn't laugh.
Oh, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry, Howie. It's been amusing.
Richards to Caleb Daniel. Coming from behind, Waitman brings it to ground level. Riley West loves a goal. Bontempelli puts some cream on the cake. Bont sends it high. Bends it round the Bont. It's it behind.
You'd pay it just for the effort.
You would. 15-19, 109. Melbourne 9-5-59. It's Footscray's night. They're up by 50 points. And they are going to rocket up the ladder. Chew will tell us, or they won't have long chew because we've got to quickly get to West Australia at the end of the game.
So the Demons go to the outer side.
Play on.
Liam Jones been good. Treloar been excellent. Steps in with the right foot. Looking for Ed Richards and he finds him. 45 out. So the margin at the moment, 50 points. This for 56.
Stay out of the back.
Triple MVP award for Employment Hero coming up. Who's got the votes tonight?
It's the Chief, I think.
Jack.
I guess I'm doing it.
Jack, 5 metres. 8, 7, 6.
So Richards coming up for disposal number 20. The umpire giving him the hurry up inside the last minute. This for the 16th goal for the Dogs. 52 out, kick on the way, keeps it low. He hooks it a little bit and through for one behind. 110, plays 59.
15-20 the scoreboard. 35 scoring shots to 14. As Chief said earlier, it could have been a bigger margin.
Outside 5.
Petty. Very short to Bowie. Melbourne fans will leave tonight thinking that their finals hopes are pretty much gone. Schumann said they'll need 14 wins. They're only on 10. Van Rooyen gets a free kick. 18 seconds on the clock for Van Rooyen. By hand. Oliver runs into trouble. It's been a tough night for Clary. Gets it back to Van Rooyen. Messy ball forward. Fly from behind from McVie. Cozzy's kick too. Just gets his way out of traffic, but Buku's there. High fives the crowd, does Buku. And a great way for the Dogs to finish in Treloar's 250th. Footscray belt Melbourne by 51 points. And the steam train that is the Dogs just keeps rolling along towards September. Dogs by 24 at quarter time, 18 at the half, 38 at 3/4 time. In the end, 15-20 20, 110 to 95.59. Footscray by 51 points in front of 33,000 people. Bailey Dale 34, Bontempelli 33. Treloar 2 snags and 30 in his 250th game. After this, we'll be heading to Gold Coast versus West Coast. The Gold Coast lead that by 17 points at the half-time break. We won't be too far away from going there, but a dominant performance and a big, big night for Footscray and Melbourne while their season continues to slip away. Rivers had 25, Bowie 25 and Langdon 23. As we get set to go down on the ground, hopefully we'll hear from Adam Treloar in his 250th game.
On the win, but an even bigger congratulations on 250 games. You must be rapt to get the win in such a massive milestone.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't take for granted being able to come out here and do what I love. I probably did early on in my career, and as the years have gone by, I've tried to appreciate it a lot more. And yeah, this year's just been incredible. I just love coming into the footy club and representing the Western Bulldogs.
A GWS Foundation player, then of course one of the biggest clubs in the land, the Pies, before making your way to the Dogs. How proud are you of the journey, the experiences, the hardships, everything along the way?
Oh, extremely proud. I mean, it's what shapes you. It shapes you as the person you are, and obviously the footballer, but more importantly, the person. And I've met some great people in my time at Giants, Collingwood, and now at the Bulldogs. I've had everlasting friendships that I'll have for the rest of my life, and coaches as well that I can go through, but you'll be here forever if we go through them all. So yeah, I'm just truly grateful.
Just going to start making our way over here to some of the fans, but for you as well, another 30 odd disposals. You're in career best form, there's no doubt about it, at the ripe old age of 31. What do you put that down to?
Oh, I am old, aren't I?
No, you're not.
I genuinely feel like probably the mental side of the game, thoroughly just trying to enjoy it as much as I can. And I think the fact that I'm doing that is probably reflective in my game, I guess. And as I said to you before, Abs, I just appreciate coming into the club and playing, and I reckon that's reflective in how I'm, I guess, playing. So I just try and don't take anything for granted. My goals in life have changed a lot. My goals in footy have changed a lot. I'm here for my teammates, and I just want to win. So I just don't take that for granted.
And the support, I mean, the ADSI chant going on behind us, but your beautiful partner, Kim, an incredible athlete in her own right. Georgie, a little girl, friends, family. I guess you just had such an incredible support to allow you and Kim to both go about being your professional athlete. Yeah, definitely.
Kimmy's my main motivation in life. So is Georgie, obviously, but from a different point of view. She's obviously my flesh and blood, where I see Kimmy at the highest level, and she just is my main motivation in life, and I do everything for them. They're the loves of my life, both of them, and I thoroughly appreciate it.
Let's make our way over, because here she comes. How special is this moment? How proud are you of Daddy?
You proud?
Yeah, I'm good.
This obviously means everything to me, and to be able to share it with Georgie and Kimmy there, it's just, I'm just lost for words. I'm truly blessed, and even the love I've got this week from, all footy clubs that I played for, and some of the past players that I played with, I just, appreciate it so much.
I'm going to let you go and soak this up, but congratulations, you're a star.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Abs.
Great interview, Abby Holmes, with Adam Treloar in 250. His team get the job done by 51 points. Stick around. Chief will give us the Triple M VP Award for Employment Hero next, but it is Footscray by 51 points. Before we head to the west, McDonald's Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsaver's advanced hearing technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy Insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M footy review for Amy. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy.
Of the West. Woo! Red, white and blue. Woo! We'll come out snarling. Bulldogs 2 and 2 won't sing. Bulldogs fight and Bulldogs rock. We give our very best. We can't be the boys of the Bulldog group, the team of the mighty West.
Footscray by 51 points in front of 33,000 people. Macca's loving it moment. Here's how it was called in the second on quarter on Triple M football. Gorn and English. Tim gets front position, tried to grab it out. Liberatore was away, gave it to Bond. Quick hands by Bontempelli. Treloar in 250. There's a moment, Bulldogs fans. Wonderful finish by the number one. They come from everywhere to celebrate with the champ, who is having one of the great seasons of his career. Triple M MVP award for Employment Hero. From hired to retired, Employment Hero's HR, recruitment and payroll software handles it all. Search Employment Hero today. Quickly, the votes, Chief, before we head to the West.
Start at the top. 3 votes to Marcus Bontempelli, best on, 2 to Bailey Dale, and 1 to Mr. C. Polter
Well done. The Geist got in there. Well done. Next, we head to the West. Gold Coast lead at 61-38. Early stages of the second half there with Danny Leach, Tommy Atkinson, Ryan Daniels, Embers, and the X-Man Xavier Ellis. Take it away, legends.
Yep. It's against West Coast, I think, and just had a field day. He does that so well, those drop-off marks.
The Gold Coast Suns have not won on the road in 450 days.
Welcome to our Eastern States audience. Just joining us here, the Gold Coast Suns have getting the job done by 23 points in the third term here, Rhino.
And Sam Flanders has had a heap of the footy. He's got it again on the wing. Going to send it inside 50.
Oh, he missed Mac.
He's missed the big Mac, who's playing forward tonight for those just joining in. And Ruben Ginbey, strong hands. He's playing as a key back with Harry Edwards out for the game. Great hands from Ruben Ginbey.
He should have been standing on the mark watching one go over his head. He completely lost Mac then, and just a poor kick inside 50.
So Ginbey's kick up to the wing. Bailey Williams and Lukosius fight for it. Williams has got it and gives it off to Reid.
To Yo, to Kelly, now to Duggan. Chain of hand passes. They've got a spare man over the top. It's Jamie Cripps inside 50. Has Waterman on a lead. Gee, the kick just didn't get there. And the Suns have the numbers now through Will Powell. Can give it off and they can run off half back. That kick's not great either. Turned over. And Brady Hoff has it in the middle of the ground.
So Hoff's got it, gives it off to Tim Kelly. They've still got numbers, West Coast, if they can get it there. Oscar Allen's had to come 80 metres out. Geez, that Cripps kick. He had Waterman, he had Allen, and he chose halfway between two of them. I'd like to have that one back. Normally such a polished player. Withern's kick's awful as well. It's ended up with Matty Rao. Quick hands to Closey. Kelly, who's done a power of work tonight. He gets it back for West Coast. Gives it to Liam Ryan. That kick's a shocker, but it somehow ends up with Tyrell Dewar. Broken play. But at the end of it, West Coast get a shot 30 metres out, slight angle.
Well, they haven't helped themselves, the Eagles, tonight with some of their ball use, some of their decision-making. Haven't been able to find targets. This short chip-around kick is not what this club should be about. And even that kick going inside forward 50 there from Ryan. I don't know if he meant it, but he shinned it. And, geez, West Coast, after conceding a goal at half-time and a goal to start this third quarter, they really need this right now.
Tyrell Dewar, academy product for the Eagles, comes in. He's kicked one for his career. He's now got two. Great finish from Tyrell Dewar. Doesn't matter how you get them. They all count the same on the scoreboard. And the West Coast Eagles just move a little bit closer to the Suns. 9-7-61 to 7-2-44. And a Triple M Cbus Super special comment. Cbus Super making hard work pay off since 1984. Boys, how did it happen?
Well, you're right, Rhino. They don't draw pictures in the paper because, lucky enough, that was really messy. Liam Ryan, just on the right, instep, flower bag, floater, whatever you want to call it, but got there. And the only kick that went straight in about the last 45 seconds was that said shot. It was a beautiful finish. West Coast needed that because I reckon it is teetering on the edge of a blowout of some description. So every now and then, they're just pinching one back just to keep them in it.
They're not out of it. Their mid's just got to go to work right now because if they can find some footing and start to compete, when they do go inside forward 50, they're actually looking reasonably dangerous.
Here's Anderson, wrapped up by a couple of Eagles. Got boots a ball though. It was about 15 metres, still in the middle. Pressure comes from Hunt on Fiorini. Free kick to Ryan Marrick.
Straight back, please.
Taken high. Choice Hotels around the grounds. You see the Boomers trailing by 16 points.
Could have killed him. Could have absolutely killed him, Lukosius, and almost did with a knee. That was a poor kick. Well done by Hunt to commit to it.
So Hunt plays on quickly, just chips one to the 50-metre arc. No Eagle wants it, but just landed in Dewar's lap. Almost marked on the back of his head. Kicks into the pocket. On a lead, Jack Williams. Got up high, competed. Cripps takes it. Had Marrick there, but it's been chopped off down by Johnston. The Gold Coast Suns off the side of the boot. It's going out of bounds on the full. So a bit of luck for the Eagles.
Stand out, clear out.
They're going to have a shot of goal for the pocket. I think it's going to be Witherden.
Clay Hall was nowhere near it. He just sort of tried to come over and say, Witherden, give it to me. And Witherden wasn't quite sure, so I'll give it to the first gamer. But Witherden will have the kick.
What chance, Dave?
Norton 5.
Go on, check side.
So a big check side, screws it, but pushes it across the face. Witts punches it, hits a teammate, goes across the line. West Coast 7-3-45. The Gold Coast Suns 9-7-61. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
Don't see a lot of check side these days, do we, guys? Will Powell to take the kick in for the Gold Coast Suns. He sends it up toward the wing. The big Whittler's at the back. He can't hold the footy. Harley Reid's got it. They're trying to bring him down, but they can't. Zane True's got it now. He sends it towards Darling. He's at the back. Ball spills over the top. Jack Williams will be first to it. He should kick this, and he has. The Eagles get two in a row. Jack Williams loves it. He's run 30 metres, pumping the fist. And the crowd goes mad. The Gold Coast Suns lead at 9-7-61. The Eagles 8-3-51. We've lost Embers. He's gone streaking.
Well, this is the thing with
He's
West
passionate,
Coast
Embers.
right
He's
now,
passionate
is
about
that
Gold Coast, West Coast.
They've got some opportunities when they can win some inside 50 entries and win the footy through the middle off the ground, because they are looking quite dangerous. And again, Harley Reid, we spoke about him. He's, when he gets the ball in his hands, he's just too hard to stop. Another broken tackle there, and a kick inside forward 50, and Williams making the most of an opportunity. So again, win the footy, get it the game played in your forward half, and you're a chance of being able to get back in this contest.
So just checking in again on the Boomers. They trail by 13. So Greece are getting the job done over there in Paris.
Boomers going home if they lose here?
It's a lucky loser kind of situation, so it comes down to points and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll get the Mr. Olympics himself, producer Leachy, to work it out.
Noticed he wasn't late today after we had to have a little chat to him last week.
Well, if you didn't know, he rewatched the best of the opening ceremonies in the lead-up.
And then didn't turn up to work.
So Williams, clever tap to Tim Kelly, out of the middle to half forward, wants Jack Darling in a one-on-one, puts the pressure on Powell, chases, and the ball goes across the line. We'll throw it in, 75 out from the Eagles' goal, far side of the ground. They trail by 10 points.
Good boy, Jack. He's done some good things tonight, defensively as well. Will Powell there was in the front position, but Jack just put enough pressure on to at least be able to get this boundary throw in.
So here it is, Witts and Williams again. Witts just having a field day in the ruck. Clay Hall tries to tackle Fiorini. That Fiorini breaks through it. Harley Reid with the late bump.
Downfield again, down there.
Double downfield.
Double downfield.
Double downfield. You don't hear that too often. It's going to be Will Powell's kick, who's letting Harley Reid. He's not happy with the treatment.
It's going to be McAndrew right down the ground on the half-forward flank. And Fiorini's winded just from that hit by Harley Reid. Slowly getting going.
So there's two there.
Double downfield
Against Clay Hall.
Meanwhile, McAndrew sends it to the pocket. Well done, Harvey Johnston, and sees it over the boundary line. Well, the boundary throwing 30 metres out. Have to have a look at the Harvey Norman and see what that was all about.
So it was...
They called advantage downfield.
Harley Reid knocked the first guy over.
Yep.
And then Clay Hall...
Set the next one.
Set the next one.
I told you that, mates.
Yes. The two mates looking after each other. But cost them territory.
Boundary throw it inside 50. Witts just punched it towards the line. Gee, Bailey Williams did the roving, and maybe he shouldn't.
If I was doing these inside 50 stoppages, I'd be targeting Harley Reid's opponent every time if I was Witts, just going to whoever's on Harley Reid, because he's hunting that football at these stoppages again. Then that time it didn't equal anything, but they've already nailed one in this quarter. I'll certainly be going through Harley Reid's opponent.
So it was out of bounds to the full from Bailey Williams. Now Ben Long has a pretty tough kick. 45 out up against the boundary line.
He's got a bit of craft about him.
He's a clever kid.
Has a couple. This will be a big snap. Can he bend it all the way back? It's just stopped on the line. It stays in the field of play. In the pocket. Jimby puts some pressure on. Shoved across the line. Down there. And we'll throw it in right near the behind post. West Coast trail by 10 points. 12 gone in the third term.
Now here it is. If I was Witts, I'd be teeing up Harley's because he just hunts the footy.
Well, he had Matty Rao, who's now lost Reid, and goes over to Sexton instead. Oh, there we go. Just charging through his Ben Long. He's had such a good game. Gives it off to Jeffrey. Can't pick it up. Harley Reid just shoves him over the boundary line with the ball. The boundary throw in. 55 out from the Gold Coast Suns goal.
West Coast got to be really mindful for this little flick over the back right now from Big Witter. He's done it a couple of times. They were a bit unlucky there.
They almost had no one, didn't they?
Ball didn't sit up. Hunt was too slow to...
So Bailey Williams takes it as Embers just has a stroke mid-sentence.
Is your mic working, Embers?
No, I pulled the mic out on him. Sorry. That's my bad.
I just saw something about to unfold, and I thought I'd just hand it over to the commentator. Tommy doing a wonderful job.
That's why you're the best.
Triple M footy.
That's why Seabus paid the money. So boundary throwing. Bailey Williams, the out the back, couldn't take the ball. Goes through him. Duggo, socket it. Didn't go far. Dewar, that's almost a throw. Witts does the roving. Williams just dumps his teammate off the footy. And here's Jeffrey on the wing. Kicks inside 50. McGovern bodywork. And then punched away from Ben King. Goes across the line. 45 out from goal.
Third term inside 50 is now 6-3 in favour of West Coast.
5-4
actually, rather. Sorry.
Thank you, Beast. So Harry Edwards has already been subbed out for those just joining in. Clay Hall, the debutant, subbed in, and Ruben Jinby's having to play key back. Mac Andrew just takes it out of the ruck. Handball over the top. Lukosius is there. Clay Hall, the debutant, just charges through. Oh, he gives it a little fend off. Says, hey, Harley, I can do it too, and sends it towards Oscar Allen on the wing. Jack Williams flies from the back. Jeffrey's got it for the Suns. Dances around Liam Duggan. You've got to do something with it, Joel.
Jeffrey.
Duggan, he shrugs another tackle. And now Oscar Allen, the co-captains combined. Back to Duggan, back to Allen. Bodie Ulan's got it now for the Suns. He has nothing to do with it. Harley Reid charges into Matty Rao, grabs him. Umpire's going to call holding the footy. And he does.
He's Norton 2v Matty Rao. Harley, there's not many that have got him or been good enough to get him in his first season.
No.
But Matty Rao got him at the first set of bounce and then again then.
There's a reason he leads the AFL in tackles, Matty Rao. He's met his match tonight, Harley.
They're balls. They are balls.
You can tell the Eagles fans are starved of anything that's exciting because Clayhole got the footy and did one thing and they were up and about for the youngster.
Took 28 steps doing it too, but just play on.
So Jack Williams, little underground handball, wants Dewar.